Reason being is because if you'll see this bit here, every single player here is already a paid up attendee for this party. We're basically having a glorified party and barbecue in Denmark, and 16 of the players are damn good at CoH, so we're also going to have a massive tournament. And we're going to see in the very first match of that today, it's going to be Refero versus Finndeed. Ed, shall we just click the button? Shall we just get into it?
Come on.
Let's treat the people to a best of 3 featuring 2 fine specimens of players. Hello there, and welcome. Shall we start the tournament? I think so. Here we go. We've got Refero, one of the 8 qualifiers for the last GCS tournament. He was in Manchester, wasn't he, Ed? And he had a cracking time.
Spangly hat and all, giving the Danish supporters what he does best. And here he is up against, in the north, will be Finndeed. Nothing to do with Finland.
No?
That confused us at first. He's actually from the UK, folks. So
we've met the guy. I've met him twice. I've drank with him, but I'm still confused where he's from. Apparently,
no, I'm not saying you're confused, but a lot of people in Automatch thought he could be Finnish.
Oh,
or
I see.
But he's representing in the north. Axis map, Crossroads. What do you reckon? Do you love the Southern Soviets or?
I've always loved the
Axis.
Southern Soviets on Crossroads. Players like Nagano showed us the way, meaning that Soviets, to be honest, had such a high win percentage on Crossroads. The Wehrmacht Northern opponent was getting worn down and just beaten up. So what we've done is we made a few alterations to this map. We moved the fuel in a bit, moved the victory points out a little bit, just to make it so you can basically triple cap and double cap a little bit more often. And we removed one of the standard territory points, so there's a little bit less ability to rebuild your T-34 if it dies too easily, etc. Let's talk about the tactics we're seeing so far from these 2 fine players who are in a single elimination chance to be the grand champion of Company Heroes, Ed. So a lot of tension, surely.
Yeah, it's best of 3. You don't really have any time to feel out any of the games because as soon as you're 1 down, you know, the next one's and you're on your way out. So with that said, both players pretty cagey as the opener. No one's gone straight up the pump for the old cut-off and base rush to get rid of all the munitions and fuel for the opponent. So pretty cagey affair at the moment. I want to see Refero put some pressure on because I feel Finndeed, when push comes to shove, he would be the instigator of a lot of the battles, Matt. I think Refero is very defensive.
Refero is a little bit more defensive than Finndeed, I would say, but both are fine. They're fine auto match pedigree, both top 20 auto match. But I do believe that Refero's been in bigger matches than Finndeed. Finndeed's never really gotten past round 1 or 2 of a tournament. Refero, back in 2018, the time of the last GCS tournament, he actually got pretty far in some of the qualification events, and he beat some pretty big names.
Yeah, took out the fan favourite Von Ivan from GCS2, if I remember right.
That's right, yeah. He was a bit of a surprise package, to be honest. The conscript play of Refero doing well. Where's the first flamethrower at? He's not teching for it quite yet. Oh, there we go.
Just paid the cost to be the boss now with the flamer.
It's this one coming from the east that will be the flamethrower squad. He can jump in this garrison here. So the MG and Gren, they're going to have a nasty surprise, I would think.
Conscript's getting the old surround and pound on up the western flank. And even though the VPs and fuel have been swapped around on this map, Refero's going to make sure he gets both of them, which is a good shout because it's very hard to get VP parity on this map.
It is indeed. Well defended by Finndeed there from the flamethrower approach from the east, thanks to GIAA in chat for pointing out the game volume was a bit loud. He's one of the players that will be playing in a few weeks. He's one of the attendees of GCS, so a lot of people we've never met before we get to meet for the very first time, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, he taught Loveness everything he knew, which will not help him next week against me, Matt. Still.
Oh, fighting talk from Ed 80Hz there. The flamethrower's pushing up. He wants to be merged into. There's a 5-man conscript waiting for him. Pioneer's forced away. Gren's grouping up. Finndeed is the Brit is doing a good job of controlling at the moment and just keeping the central ground. But Ed, he's lost the western territory sectors for now.
Yeah, Refero not being so cagey as I thought he might be. Got the 3 cons into 2 pioneers combo and it's gone right up the western flank. Even capping that munitions point, Matt, that is rare on this map.
It is, but that's what we've done on the map, if you notice. We removed the Y section here so you can actually cap the munitions. You couldn't before. It was surrounded by the cutoff in a Y formation. We've got some activity here. We're having a mine built by Refero. Finndeed's trying to push out. He's lost his fuel, though, and that must be hurting, that 2-2-2 timing.
Yeah, and it's going to be a 4th Grenadier from Finndeed as well. So maybe he just felt like he was getting out-muscled from those conscripts. Going to slam down with a 4th Grenadier.
Yeah, 4th Grenadier, he has to. And I feel that's because Refero's play has been a little bit sharper. He's been faster to get to cover points, in fact, building his own here. And he must have, whilst we were looking in the centre, he must have won a few tactical engagements in the west. We do have fuel being reclaimed for the Brit right now. And Refero, the mighty Dane, so it's very fortuitous for him that the next GCS is in Denmark.
Home turf for him, yeah.
Yes.
Didn't think of that advantage.
No, he doesn't have it quite yet. This is the home leg of the tournament. The first 2 rounds are at home. The last 2 are live.
Mine goes off. Good work there from Refero. Just 30 munitions for 60 manpower if you get it against the Grenadier.
Conscript's pushing up against the weakened Grenadier. Finndeed needs to retreat there. He doesn't have the med bunker yet either, so they'll be slower to come on the field. But the good news for Finn, he's just got his LMG Grens in the centre, and he's reclaimed the fuel in the west. Let's go to Refero's base and see how close we are to Tankovi Battalion. No, he's not building it quite yet. Just have the fuel coming in.
It's interesting, it almost seems to default now, OKW not picked, but on this map, Matt, they are more mobile than the Wehrmacht. And Wehrmacht are prone to getting pretty much base pinned if you're not careful.
Grenadier forced away, no negative cover on this competitive version of the map now, so the Grens will be a bit safer. More being forced away, 2-2-2 coming out a little bit late. Not horrifically late though, just a little bit late.
Yeah, it all depends with Refero. It's going to go for the tried and tested AT gun next, or is he going to go straight for that T70? T70 versus 2-2-2 matchups. Pretty one-sided, so Finndeed will have to back it up with a Pack 40, surely.
This is what I'm thinking about with Refero. He's floating so much manpower, he's floating fuel.
Is it a 4v4, Matt?
He's not respecting Finndeed right now. He thinks he is better than Finndeed. I know that Refero has that kind of small strain of competitive arrogance that I am very familiar with as a person, so I actually empathise with that. And I think he's now, as you look below my cursor right here, he's not respecting Finndeed. So let's see if he pays the price, Ed.
A lot of people get coaxed into thinking, I have 2 fuels, therefore I am going to win, easy. But it's not the only important resource. The most important one being the VPs, which is triple cap hiked for Refero at the moment. So Finndeed needs to pull his finger out and get stuck in a bit by it.
Also, manpower is pretty important. Although he has a sizable... he's just gotten tier... He's gotten tier 2, of course. He's getting a mortar from that, then going straight into Tankovi Battalion Command.
It's a very Ziz-looking mortar, but yeah. T70 in the build as well.
Oh, he swapped it. He originally built a mortar, and now he's swapped it for a Ziz. It must have been a misclick. R on classic keys, which is also reinforced, I believe, actually builds a mortar from tier 2. So ever since 2013, this game's been coming out, people have been misclicking mortars.
That's why I always build a Raketten then as OKW.
Yes, exactly, because you use classic keys, not grid.
Interesting.
So
I love me some classic keys, kid, though.
so do mortars, because it's the only time they get built this early in a game. Anyway, that's a Zis into T70, pretty classic start there for Soviets. You'll notice that Refero still has 2 victory points because he capped this one in the west. Another mine goes off there. That was a tricksy mine, that was.
Sneaky, but very good placement from Refero. Blocking those little avenues, Matt. It's so important. And knowing how cheap Soviets' mines are, very good.
He's
Still
worried
one
about
there
mines
on the main
more now.
road.
He just shot at with attack round a popular mine placement with the 222.
Yeah, nice poking with the 222 from Finndeed. Gets vet 1 on the MG42. That will help a bit.
This Zisgun won't help the MG though.
It's basically a mortar as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everything. Just have 2 LMGs now with this little combo here. T-70 forcing away the 222. Where's the pack at?
Coming up the rear. Oh, it spawned in from the bad area. You want it on that middle road if you're lucky. Yeah, a lot of erratic kind of movement from the Grenadiers from Finndeed. Didn't really just sit down on his shots as much on that middle road there, Matt. And that's made him lose those engagements. Refero could push forward here and complete every cut-off now.
Yeah, he's getting in there now. Grenz and Pioneers pushing back. But if you notice on the minimap in the bottom left, we do have capping from Refero whilst this is happening. So Finndeed is being pegged back considerably.
Yeah, these little stone walls are hell for a T-70 or pack gun to shoot past. So it's probably going to help Refero a bit. Retreat without taking any damage.
Right, got engagement in the north. Not well. We do have 18 aids, and that's why he's walking up to the 222, giving the game away and not getting the fuel cap. So I suppose the 222 did its job there.
I think that was a bit conservative. No UR. He's got 150 units. He could have popped that beast and really put some pressure on the 222. But I'm saying this in the comfort of a casting chair. It's a whole lot different, boys, when you're in the tournament. First round, you don't want to get embarrassed or, you know, get deleted from the game before you even begin. So very cagey from both players, I'd say. Refero has done well though with that conscript opening. And yeah, it's all on Finndeed now to pull out the GG mortar, man. Here we go. Okay. The equalizer is here. This is what he needed. He needed something different to shake it up. So
much manpower attrition thus far. Let's have a little look at that. And you can see that Refero, as Soviets with conscripts, has higher KD. Yeah. That is ridiculous.
Yet people scream Grenz OP a lot.
Only when you use them well, Ed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the balancing, mate.
So where's the Grenz OP this one?
Well, exactly. Finndeed's had a shocker, and Refero's playing really well.
Yeah,
so
it's been some nice GG mines actually. I think just bleeding him from, and they don't come up on the kill count, do they? So he's actually lost a lot more Grenz,
don't they?
Or maybe they don't come up as kills.
They don't come as kills. They come up as deaths.
Yeah,
so, they come up as deaths.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. The KD would be even higher, the amount of kills. Sorry, G, I was not showing. Ed and I are friends, so we don't have to like worry about insulting each other.
I wouldn't have bothered driving here.
We say far worse. Trust me, it's like that's the mildest thing I've said to Ed all day. It's no wonder he hasn't punched me yet.
It is very nerve-wracking though. I don't know how many tournaments you've been in GIAA, but I remember being in a couple, and I had Von Hybrid both times, so it is tough. But I always won my first round though, man.
Yes, you have a good pedigree Ed, of upsetting Alper in that time in a game.
Oh no, yeah, that I don't see that as a tournament. That was just got out of bed and got trounced by Alper. But in every other tournament, proper tournament, I think I've got past the first round, which means Loveness knocks me out in the first place.
Wow, that'll be his biggest accomplishment. Probably ask him
that on the wall
when he wins GCS3. Probably ask him, so what's your biggest accomplishment? Oh. Got to be. Anyway, we always do this, Ed. We always forget about the game.
No,
the Flamers
because we were doing that brought about the wipe and got the game back going.
Good man. Flamer pushed in for the MG, got a little bit too close. 222 takes him out. Meanwhile, the Zis trying to find the 222. Notably, by the way, everybody, Finndeed has stabilised the situation in the west. And to be honest, Ed, he's holding his ground somewhat. That Flamer wipe is a decent win for him.
And we're so far into the game, Matt, without the commander being picked. I think Imperial Dame will be having kittens. So is it alright if we just quickly show the peeps watching what's the choice here? I can't believe either player's not chosen yet.
I know. They did have some vetoes, so don't forget. They both vetoed Guard Motor and I think it's German. No, Jaeger Infantry Doctrine.
Okay, yeah.
So they both vetoed
That's a very popular meta at the moment as well. So nice. Pretty off meta then.
It is Commander Terminator within each series of GCS, so they can't play the same commander against the same player twice. Ooh, nice shot from the Soviet mortar, but the conscript's looking low. Refero's getting a little tiny bit...
Oh,
that'll make up for it.
Refero countered the GG mortar with his own GG mortar. Taking out the one more to each though, folks. Anybody's game still.
Yeah, that was a decent wipe by the Soviet mortar there. Soviet mortar already up to 4 kills. Meanwhile, their mortar has 0 kills.
It's always at this time, Matt, I'd like to see a second Pioneer build by Austere. If you look at around the 10 to 15 minute mark and you've only got one sweeper running around and trying to fix up your 222 all the time, puts a lot of stress on the Wehrmacht players. It's always best to get that second Pioneer, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, Elpern thinks that we did an okay job of making the map slightly better. Dutchman does say, so the battle for centre has begun. We're going to be here for another hour. Probably. Let's face it, probably.
So it begins.
Crossroads is too powerful to balance, I believe. But anyway.
At least Refero's got 150.
Yeah, but what's he doing in the northwest here? He's getting sloppy, Ed. He had a great start in the early game, but that was real sloppiness.
Again, unpunished though by Finndeed. Could have followed that up, and that would have been a wipe with the two. Look how low HP that is.
He could have.
If you followed that with your Grens, that's wiped down. But so again, one thing saying it, another thing overcoming your fear and pushing forward in this game. So nerve-wracking, especially round 1. Game 1.
Yeah, it really is. And I think Finndeed has settled into things now. He had such a shaky start. Refero was floating manpower as a BM. Well, really, so he could get his tier 2 and 3 up, but he classified it as BM. GIAA, or God is an astronaut, says for other than VPs, Finn is looking okay. And I'm going to have to agree. He's getting a support armor core down right now. We'll have the Panzer IV out in the next 2 or 3 minutes. And the Brit will be cooking on gas at that point.
For not having the second Pioneer, he does have a lot of manpower ready. So once he gets that fuel up, could be P4. But I don't know what Refero is going to choose here. Maybe IS-2 on this map?
Are you thinking a heavy tank? I think he'll probably be a T-34-85 if he's got it, but he hasn't got it. You're right, Ed. Only does Soviet shock army, I expect. Just don't forget the 120mm mortar has been nerfed in the ML mode, so that'll be why he hasn't chosen it in the early game.
A group of shock troops on this map as well, that equals VP control. All that smoke and grenade. Ooh, gonna get the Faust off here on the T-70. I'll shut up for a second.
Oh, what a follow-up as well! T-70 down! First hype moments of GCS, I'd say. That was a great takeout by Finndeed. Finndeed, now the underdog, by the way, who had a terrible start. He's roaring into this one. And now we've got Grenadiers on the retreat path of conscripts too.
Yeah, he's pushing forward a lot more now.
Is that a cheeky rifle nade? Oh, he was thinking of it. He mistimed it, and then he cancelled it. Did you hear it though, Ed?
Yeah, he wanted to make sure helping
He's
hands.
going to try it again.
It could still be a wipe.
Oh no, he doesn't have the munis.
Bit of targeting.
LMG
there,
goes prone. Is he going to get the wipe? Yes, he is. Finndeed's winning.
And the decap as well.
Oh, what's going on?
You turn around that from Finndeed. It's just going to be. Oh, it's going to be the pumped up T-34-85. You're right, Matt. So Refero a bit angry now. He mad. He smash. He bash.
Indeed, we've got Grens capping up the east, but Refero's putting pressure on the west. Meanwhile, conscripts pushing. The pack could take them out here, but they're going to lurch out.
That was maximus ranginess from the Pack 40 on the T-70. It should have been. Like,
well, it's an attack round at max range. You have about a 1 in 3 chance, depending on the situation, for that to land.
Beautiful takedown of the T-70. Opened up the map a lot, and instantly losing the conscripts. Suddenly, Refero sees himself with only 2 cons, Matt.
When did that happen?
That's not great. So, yeah, Finndeed, having gone 4 Grenadiers, has really plugged the gap.
Panzer IV on its way. T-34-85 will still be the most powerful tank on the battlefield. By the way, mine just detonates as the Grens, thanks for the clip, Clinker, as the Grens are forced away. T-34-85 looking ominous.
Brilliant early retreat there from Finndeed when capping the VP on the bottom side map, because if he didn't and he hits that mine, he gets clipped by T-34-85. That's a Gren down, so really good play from them there. Just those little things keep you in the game and keep you ahead of the curve.
Finndeed's romping now, Ed. He just literally did an attack ground echolocation shot with no fog of war, well, through the fog of war rather, on the T-34, just listening to its traversal across the map.
Like
that's awesome.
Like a bat with his
yes.
sonic abilities. Second pack 40 though. Don't know if we caught that, but 2-pack Shaquille is on the field.
Yeah, I'm not excited by that. Every time I hear 2 packs or 2 Zis guns, I'm like, oh no. Oh, we've got a choice. It's German mechanized doctrine. Some spotting scope action from Finndeed.
And a glorious left, just in case. Just in case the mortar's not enough. What's 2-2 being?
Oh, he's a camera flipper these days. I wondered if he was. Ed, he's seen the lights. But this will help him so much with the spotting scopes because he actually sees more of the map anyway because he's got a brain.
There'll be none of this against Loveness.
We play traditional.
Proper classic keys.
4-4-2, classic hotkeys, exactly.
Straight up the pump.
Now, if you didn't know, viewers, if you're a brand new player, I advise you to camera flip because it does give you a 1% advantage. That's better to have than not to have. That's as much as I'll say about it. Despite these wins for Finndeed, Ed, Refero currently has a triple cap. How?
Yep. It's the Soviet way, man. Even their tanks can cap VPs. But no, he's done very well on that front. Ooh, finally Finndeed getting his solo Pioneer on some sweeping duties. I do believe he needs the second Pioneer, big time. And, oh, there's dirty mines on that VP as well. From Refero, they were the quick player ones.
Tank just drove through a house. This tank is beefy.
Hasn't done much else though, the T-34-85, no. Which Finndeed will be very happy about. But with two packs ready, Refero's got to be careful he doesn't get caught out.
Let's think about the battle. The battle lines are pretty much drawn, guys. They've expended all their manpower and their fuel. We're having a second T-34 coming out for Refero, and I have to hesitate to say that Alpern is... I don't think he's right. I don't think Refero has this. I don't think he's in control, but it's definitely equalised a little bit now, Ed. And that's what tends to happen in Co2 battles, let's face it. You wait a little bit, the armies tend to equalise.
Yeah, but Finndeed's got his second Pioneer now. It'll be grand. It'll be fine. The only concern is VPs at this point, as the northern player.
Stern Panther 18 game veteran reckons, of course, a Katusha would be a decent option. I have to agree there. Against 2 packs, a Katusha is always a good option, but it's about when you go it. Refero wanted the 2 T-34s before that. Look at the pressure he's applying as well, using this new map arrangement to keep the VP control on. And that's what we wanted from the updated Crossroads.
And how much pop cap, Matt, is the IS-2? Does it tell you in
21.
So he has just enough, but he won't be able to reinforce the second one.
Yeah.
But
this time next year he'll be able to buy it.
T-34-85s backed up with an IS-2. That's a good combo. Double Ziz now as well. So both players have double AT guns. The meta is resumed. Only 1 MG though for Refero.
Right then, we've got 85 getting aggressive, Ed. He's going around the back lines of the Pack 40s. Will he find something here, or will he just end up getting shot at? Another building destroyed by the T-34. Wow.
It's got a
subcontracting duty. Yeah, he's demolition man.
He wants to 100% Co2. Destroy 5 buildings in a game where there's only 3 buildings on the map.
Oh, wow. So, fuel expenditure. Finndeed, of course, he's got 117. He's got tier 3 up. There's no real big options from his commander. Will he think about tier 4, perhaps? Maybe a Panther would be a decent counter to T-34-85s.
I think build a left and watch the whole world burn, Matt.
Watch your game burn, definitely.
Lay a couple of tellers, put up that left and sit back and just shell into the abyss.
Right then. What the interesting thing from Refero's standpoint is his victory point count is overpowering. He's got 449 to 159 at this point in the game. Pretty decent.
4 Grens just haven't really been able to put much hurt on since that conscript.
I want to say, by the way, the MVP of Refero's army is definitely the 7-kill Soviet mortar. But the T-34 is catching up with it fast.
High vetted mortars doesn't mean many kills. A lot of that just from their AoE damage. But here we go. 2 packs opening up on 1 T-34-85. The second one on the eastern flank though shoots directly under people without scratching its paint. Expertly done.
Right, and Refero keeps up this pressure. GIAA reckons Finndeed's still showing nervousness. I mean, I'm not I don't know, or is he just not able to out-micro his Danish opponents?
I think it was nerves at first, but he definitely did settle down on it. It's just didn't really, wasn't in the position to close out a game at that stage.
Do you know what will close out a game, Ed? Katusha. That could be really devastating for Finndeed. 4 support weapons, 2-4-85s. And he's got a lot of fuel in the back. He's having to keep all these Grens reinforced because he's getting led like a stuck pig.
But Finndeed is getting a bit of the RNGs on his side in terms of the tank shots, because T-3485s can't hit the backside of a barn at the moment. All the AT guns rushing into each other. Such a funny A-moving there.
Oh, what shots from the packs! This is what Finn needs. Whilst capping victory points. I emphasise whilst capping victory points. He's down to 88 at the moment.
Such a different way of playing AT guns to, for example,
oh!
helping hands. Here we go. First catty barges.
What was that?
No bueno.
That was rubbish. Meanwhile, 85 forces away the mortar. Conscript get hit by the MG42. Needs to keep these guys out of there.
More, Matt, but it's a two-edged sword. Maybe he forgets about a squad or a tank whilst doing so. Indeed, very clumped
What
up.
did Refero think he was doing with that Katusha barrage? Was it a misclick? Because hitting
think
there
just,
makes no sense.
I think
the
it was
packs
just
were
a
here.
screen for his gun. It was a bit of.
Is this gun in that much peril?
No, but
It was a
an
I don't think it was
overreaction,
then.
Matt.
I think it was a misclick. I'm going to say it. I don't think he meant to do that. No way. Makes no sense. Even a new player wouldn't put their Katusha there. Surely.
I don't think a new player would be 25 minutes in against Finndeed.
Well, that goes without saying.
Unless they're an absolute god.
Talking about Finndeed and being an absolute god, the man's pushed up the centre of the map now. LNG Grenadiers are sitting pretty on 18 kills. Just drilling things, and he definitely, however, needs to get something else out. He's got 200 fuel. A lot of manpower.
Good repair times from the double combat engineers of Refero, so his T-34-85's all fixed up, ready to go. Finndeed floating a lot of fuel.
Is that a Talamine?
Yeah.
Juicy. Can he capitalise? I don't think so, because the packs are way out of dodge. He's going to have to get closer.
Could get Ziz barraged here, the packs, if they're not careful.
Yeah, I don't think
that
it's
blind bend.
wise.
No, hasn't gone for the predictive text barrage, okay.
No. Right, we've got... What cover have we got? The Panzer pushing in. The packs have gone really close, and the Grens have spotted for him. This is big balls from Finndeed. He's gotten really close now. Where's that Ziz barrage? No munitions. He's still got line of sight. One more shot. His T-34's done for. Where's the Katusha barrage? That's ready.
The hay bale saved it.
Oh, he's going in for a Faust! For Deutschland! He gets it! Will he die for it? Become a martyr of the Reich in this case. Oh, T-3485 could counter now. We've got the Katusha firing as well on the retreat path of the packs. The pack turns around and faces him. Another mine's gone off! This is a disaster for Refero. An absolute disaster.
Two tellers and a dream, Matt. What did I say earlier? Just short the left. Here comes P4, surely. Oh, it doesn't get hit. His pack gun goes down. Second pack gun's raging in for his teammates' vengeance.
He's really lucky, but the pack's just been oh no, that's the other pack. It's coming in. One last shot. Can he get it? We're all watching. Oh, he misses. No such luck this time. No cigar for Fidel.
Good effort though with the attack grounds. He did go for it.
He's going for it, but he's a bit of a mad dog. And I tell you what, the Zisses have caught up with the Panzer IV now. Is roaring in for the pack, or is he roaring in for more than that?
One Gren has been lost, but a second P4 in the build, so he's going to jump ahead and have two mediums versus Refero's one. And Refero pretty lucky, Matt, to hit a teller and get away with his T-34-85.
I don't know. I think the lucky one is Finndeed, because not only did both of his tellers work, he got greedy and he hasn't paid the price, although he might kill the combat engineer. Oh, Ren could die instead.
I don't think he got greedy. He just finished the job.
Dude, he kept that pack there. Firing into the fog of war. That's really greedy.
T-35-85 and you know your opponent's only got two conscripts.
Let me just... I'm not sorry, Ed. I know I'm right, because I'll ask you this. Would Isildur have done that?
No, because
exactly. He wins
Isildur would have won
tournaments.
by now.
Well, no, but also, you know, you have to know when you've won enough.
I think that was enough risk, and that was great
I don't
play
think
from
so. His
Finndeed.
pack's dead now.
He pushed the envelope, and look what happened. Refero kind of pooped his pants a bit with the Katusha.
Be good if he gets this Zis, I tell you. He can't quite get it though. And I know the Katusha's been a bit crap, hasn't it? 4 kills.
That was a good push, I think.
Oh, it was a good push, but I think he should have retreated just a little bit earlier. I think he won enough. He didn't quite have the cover for his pack. That's all I'm saying. It was a very good push, though.
But the thing is, he's got his pack back. He's lost one, but he still has the other one with veterancy. I think this is a good position for Finndeed. It's just the third VP. Like, everyone's just ignored it, and that could have really helped him out because 400 to 85 VPs. Then it's fine now.
Right, 3 Panzer IVs soon. There we go, we've got an 85 pop cap versus 75 for Refero. Refero with 120 fuel and a massive victory point advantage. Finndeed right now is the wolf at the door. Can Refero keep him at bay?
I think Refero's had his moments, man. He does have an LMG on his Pioneer, on his combat engineer, so and 7-man cons now. So this is where Soviet gets their last little power spike. But short of an IS-2, I think Finndeed's got a great platform now to push on triple P4, man.
Right then, Gren's still pushing in, he's retreating. He's been a little bit too conservative with that perhaps, but maybe he's realised look at that, it's pretty beefy, isn't it?
Well, Panzer Division ready. And I think they should strike before the second T-34-85 comes out, but Finndeed's not to know that.
Oh, we're getting ready for a big clash.
Smoother now, the bottom right-hand side of the map. No epic hill on the VP or fuel point that used to be there.
Alright, Pioneers, Grenadiers, Panzer IV in the centre, pushing in, LMG combat engineers trying to stop them. They were going to really a telemine then! That would have been very cheeky. Right, T-34-85 had a bit of a bad engagement there, needs to back away, as does the Ziskin. Meanwhile, the Maxim is doing some good suppressive work.
This is where Finndeed could use his mortar to smoke some of the Zisguns and really make a play on that front. But with one of his Grenadiers having to run back to base, I think he's going to wait until all his infantry is ready to push in. This gives Refero time, though. A chance to breathe again.
Katusha, where's the target of choice? Actually, over here where the mortar is, he's using it as a counter mortar, but obviously without being able to see it, unless he gets one really good lucky rocket, the pattern is very well. He could see actually. Do you know what he did? He did the Soviet mortar flare, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, good work from Refero there. No IS-2 though. Really sad about that. Opted for a second T-34-85. What do you reckon? 2 beefy mediums, or do you like one of the heavies?
I just think that beefy medium's probably a decent way to go, but because they kind of the heavies just get picked off by AT guns at max range, and this gives so much veterancy away as well. Alpen reckons he needs more console. Maxim's not a bad shout. Of course, Alpen will be playing for you very soon. He's the third highest seed.
Go on to all the way, I reckon. But first, it's be interesting to see if Finndeed can just get a glimpse of this game again. He had such a platform map where you thought Refero's pretty much done. But Refero's just been that much more industrious on getting the VPs. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's industrious, and in this case, a little bit murderous, those poor combat engineers, but they do survive. But Finndeed's getting his one in the west back. He hits a tripwire flare, and he's now having to push in with the Panzer IVs. He's not able to beat Refero's macro, so instead he's going to go in just straight for the jugular through the centre.
Interesting. There's tanks in front of the infantry there, though, from Finndeed, so kind of want to flip reverse that. Infantry ahead, spotting or eating up mines. And here we go, 3 P4s and a dream, man.
Can he make it happen? Right, we do have a flank coming in from the side. What a shot there, taking him out.
2 P4s and a dream, man.
He tries to go in for an AT grenade as well, but no damage has been done yet. That went badly.
No infantry in front of the tanks. 101.
Oh, and now the pack's under duress, being forced away. Big rockets hitting. Oh, that was cheeky. He got blocked.
Bit of chuckle vision with his pack 40 there.
Friendly fire from the Katusha as well on the conscripts on retreat there. Gren's super low. Oh dear, oh dear.
It seems like one big hurling brain push from Finndeed, and fatigue is probably kicking in now. 33 minutes of a slugfest against Refero.
Yeah, it must be very tiring indeed. T-45 pushes in. Is it overextending? It's welcome. No, it's going to be fine. It was his gun support. He managed to destroy the pack as well. So Finndeed's just lost a Panzer IV, and then the veteran pack definitely to rebuild them right now. And another Panzer IV bites the dust. AT gun, T-34 combo.
Great shot there from the T-34-85. Thought with the slanted armour would have helped the P4, but no dice. And suddenly Finndeed from 3 P4s to 1. Okay, one's got Vet 2, but big losses here from the UK player.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Back in base. Everyone's having to get ready for one last push because the victory points are ebbing away very quickly indeed. And the favourite in this series, Refero, does look like he's going to improve form and statistics at this rate. And the dreamer, the underdog, he's had a great go at things, but he is just being overwhelmed now.
Yeah, Refero, I thought, may have been a bit out of practice, and this would have been a good chance for Finndeed, but Refero's proved his worth, and I think no much so than just the VP control now. It's been pretty epic for him.
I think to use the Panzer IV in the north just to get the conscripts away, because he really needs, as you say, VP control back in the centre. The Katusha's getting very close. Oh no!
Ooh, frontline spotting with the old Katusha. Feels good.
Oh, that's a shotgun round now. Straight on this MG. Packs both finding the T-34.
Could have had a go there at the Katusha, but
I was thinking
chose
that.
not to.
Maybe didn't think the Katusha was that bloody close. I mean, I would find it surprising.
Yeah. Top players having to use fog of war and all that. And attack grabs. Love to see it.
I just have to say it though, the Referos. Oh, what a shot from the mortar!
No.
All of the screw
They're
white. We've got a Vet
preparing.
3, 16 kill mortar now. It's been using flares, smoke, and in this case, death bombs.
And the absolute Hail Mary pass with the 18er even snares the P4 from a mile away. Double pack gun still for Finndeed, but it does look bleak for him now. Losing that his last Pioneer, so God knows what happened to everyone. But yeah, both Pioneers down for Finndeed. He does have fixie-fixies on his tanks. Hasn't looked good.
We are losing a sector.
Yeah, south side OP, Matt.
Yeah, well, or maybe just Soviets. I don't know. It's on a.
There were no guards used in this replay. No guards were harmed in this match. So
Well, you don't need them, I suppose, if you can get support weapons out in a decent time and accompany your conscripts and give them that kind of fighting power. And that's what he's done. And he's always had a decent T-34 presence this game. Although at one point, Finndeed did look like he was going to win, and we have indeed had a tap out from Finndeed. GG, well played. Refero is 1-0 up. Say GG.
GG's.
Right, guys, we're going to have a little break whilst I make a brew, and then we'll be back with Game 2. Thank you.
We are going to have to act if we want to live in a different world.
Is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
Move toward more ideas that will actually help bring this thing to an end.
Situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
And here we go. We're looking at him here. It's the guy with an O next to his name. Finndeed, 1-0 down. Ed, how did that first game unfold, and where did Finndeed go wrong?
That took me a bit as surprise because I thought Finndeed would give Refero a very good game. And he showed patches of brilliance with the telemines and follows up with the Pack 40, but it's just a bit too timid at the start. I think he's just getting used to his controls and everything and trying to settle into the game, whereas Refero really did put the pressure on with his early conscript build. And yeah, I think Finndeed with this game though, playing from the south, Soviets, both pretty OP things, Matt. So he's got the best chance of any in this game too here.
Yeah, let's see. Refero, meanwhile, had superior micro mechanics in that first game, and definitely at the start and at the end. In the middle, Finndeed, I thought, used really good tactics with those telemines to get back into things, and he was aggressive when he needed to be, and he was able to wrestle some control back, but it did not last. So let's see how Refero plays with Wehrmacht. I can give something away for you guys. Refero really likes his Wehrmacht on North Crossroads. He's pretty damn good with it, to be honest.
It's not an easy place to fight from, the north of Crossroads, but yeah, if he's a fan of it, then fair play.
Alright, combat engineers jumped in the house just to get a bit of surveillance and reconnaissance done. Now they're going to assist with putting some barbed wire down on this very early sandbag. No fuel capped yet for Finndeed. He doesn't actually concentrate on the fuel, it would seem. He wants the reconnaissance, and maybe that's something to do with him being a camera rotating kind of vision-based player rather than attack map-based player. He just wants to get that early reconnaissance done and get a feel for where his opponent is.
Combat Engineers against Grenadiers, though. Surely not going to win that one. Nice early cap here from Finndeed. Oh, even going for the old barbed wire, but I think the Grenadiers will get onto that cut-off point to stop it.
They will, and they do. Conscripts are joining the fray, though. The MG's going to push them away. Conscripts now need to back out of there and live to fight another day.
Yeah, so big gamble there from Finndeed, straight up the pump, up the middle, and good coverage from Refero with the MG42. Capped up all this fuel, whereas Finndeed, yeah, rolled the dice, Matt. I like that. Something different, but it didn't work out for him on that time.
Did not know, unfortunately. Grenadiers are closing in from two angles here with an MG against this big, hefty garrison. Finndeed could have been fine for a long time there, but he chooses to get away. He's gone for 3 conscripts. We do have a flame. Well, we don't have a flamethrower electric white. It's 59 munitions. I'm sure he'll get it as soon as he can. There you go. As soon as he can. Finndeed's warmed up with his timings there. That was a good sign for him. It shows his rhythm is on form, Ed. You know when your rhythm, you're getting your timing windows perfectly.
You're not like 70 manpower over a conscript.
Exactly. I think confidence helps that clarity in your mind. I mean, Siberian GT was on about this on stream earlier. CoH's often better played with 1 beer inside you, just to calm you down and get your rhythm, your timing sorted. Well, in this case, Finndeed's calmed down his nerves, and he's certainly fighting a little bit better.
The darts players down 50 pints when they're
correct. They want to get perfect Spalmer curve optimization going on. Right, combat machine is pushing after the conscripts elsewhere. We've got more conscripts getting into position. Gren's, of course, doing well before they get to the light cover.
4th Grenadier choice again from Refero, so matching what Finndeed gave him in game 1. And yeah, Finndeed sticking with only 3 conscripts. What do you reckon to this build, Matt, as opposed to 4 conscripts with 1 engineer?
I think it means he's probably going to get something else, like a guard's rifles or something. So yeah, I would predict that we're going to see that middle decision, guard rifle. There it is. Yeah,
right on cue, Matt.
Yeah, we're going to get guards most likely. Yeah.
We'll call you back for another cast.
Oh no, according to the people on Reddit, I don't know anything about the game, and they wish I was tightrope. So yeah, it's fine.
We all wish you were tightrope.
Well, I wish
you know
were
about the
tightrope.
game.
I wish we were 2 tightropes. Is that okay?
But with Finndeed, it does remind me now of like 2017, 2018, the old combined arms and slapsticks meta. So we'll see some skill planes probably towards the end of the game. But yeah, Refero yet to choose his commander, so keeping the tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, a 4 Grenadier build from Refero with MG back up. He's pushing in from all angles now. He's got a Pioneer with a Flamethrower as well. No mines have been laid. So Finndeed going this 3 conscript build. He may have manpower for a guard soon, but he may not have any of the map by the time he gets it out.
Seems crazy how Refero is getting so much map control with the exact same units, and Finndeed struggling. I just think the difference has been the MG42 play from Refero.
It's been looking good. Refero, of course, who was kind of seen as a mini Loveness back in the day, he was very good with his Wehrmacht. Rifle nade, well dodged by Finndeed.
Loveness is pretty tall though. Like,
yeah,
never going to be.
He's only 6'3". Refero. He's a mini.
Always going to be a mini.
Right, the guards are here. They do have access to their DPs early, well, immediately rather, but the damage has kind of been done so far. The flamethrower is going to come in from an angle, hopefully push away the MG. Meanwhile, we've got lights mechanised and the bunker being built in base. Refero is firing on all cylinders, and his engine is purring right now.
Yeah, don't want to get involved with that flamer, so retreats early with the MG42 crew well intact, and it was just supporting the Gren so well. Everyone's like, Gren's OP, but when they're backed up by an MG42, yeah, they are pretty good. That's how you use them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Gren's exactly. They're very situational, and you have to learn how to play as them. You can't just like play Soviets and US and then hope to play the same way the Grens. They're much more methodical. But in the right hands, they are OP. Damn fine.
Yeah, the map looking very red though. Can't believe this is Austere pushing ahead. Normally they're the defensive faction, but we've seen the guards being pulled out, so Finndeed's going all in on the sweaty meta. Let's see if that can
that's what I'm
balance
saying.
The scales a bit.
Refero had some of that I want to call it, I'm better at Co2 infantry play than you arrogance back in the day. He had swagger. I promise you that this guy considered himself like kind of like Isildur does today and Von Asten used to. You get these players, Ed, that's so mechanically competent at the game, they are addicted to manhandling people.
Yeah.
They know their micro's better than your micro, and they know they can overwhelm you. And
well,
they have
against
this
me,
swagger.
that'd always be in
Like,
that case.
you know, you talk to them and say, oh, I organised GCS2, so I don't care. I could kill you with my infantry micro if I wanted to. And I'm like, oh, really? Please don't.
Just do chat up line. But yeah, like, whatever gives you the confidence, go for it. Like, use that. And I just wish Finndeed would get that bit of swagger. Because Finndeed's very confident when you meet him. You know, he seems very
but
nicely assured. And his play at the moment, he's almost allowing Refero to dictate.
it's just, as I say, he's just one step behind in terms of micro Ed. It's a very real thing. It's very difficult to cast as well. I've often mentioned this when we're casting Isildur. You can't keep up with all the little tiny things he's doing better than his opponent can. It's like, it adds up. The only way you see it is you see the results. You see map control and overall strategy wins, basically.
But a good GG mortar built from Refero. It's going to really be painful for the conscripts in green cover, as demonstrated there with that hit. I think he almost needs to double up on the guards, Matt, at this stage. Why not just churn 2 out? Nope, he's gone for building a building, I think, due to that fuel drop. So Finndeed might have a chance to get the nuisance T70 out.
No, Von Asten, I was complimenting your infantry play. Chat, of course, only point out the negative. I didn't say you'd retired. I just said you had good infantry play. Anyway, Refero's pushing up now. He's all over the bloody place. Ed pointed out the mortar being damn good so far, but it did a lot of health damage.
It's great against Brits and against conscripts in green cover. Does exactly what you need it to do, just move them around. Only one LMG though upgraded for Refero, so Munis has been a bit starved at the moment. But yeah, the tournament is official now, Matt. Buku Gamer in chat, and he's coming to GCS3. Let's get some hype for the dynamic Dutchman that has played some horrendous TVTs with me in the past and endured my
poor him.
my
The
off
click
meta
spam.
trolling. So yeah, he's a good lad, and he'll be there at GCS3. And yeah. Meanwhile, back in the game, second MG42, as if it was needed from Refero. It's going to pour some salt onto the wounds of Finndeed here.
Conscripts getting bullied around here by the cover they built. Not very good, and they do have access to Molotovs, however, so you could throw a sneaky one there. Meanwhile, double fuel, triple victory points for Refero. Looks like we're heading to a 2-0 at this point, unless something big happens. We said that about the last game.
Could be the world's earliest P4. I don't know. Refero seems to have not bothered with tier 2 much, so yeah. The good old Isildur P4 timing. Maybe 12 minutes, who knows. But Finndeed knows this gun, can get the second guards in, does have 70 fuel for the T70. Oh, and there he goes. He selects the T70, Matt. So this is boom or bust. We'll
well, it'll be very boom for me because he's just gone to double MG, so he can evade the 4 Panzerfaust platforms on the field. He could have a really good time with the T70.
Until the P4 is staring your T70 down in the face, that could be pretty awkward. Some sweeping whilst in the house. Feels game mechanics, man.
All the mines have disappeared!
Minefields, no problemo.
Well, to be honest, that sounds like a valid military tactic. Sweep them from inside a house.
Yeah.
Like, you put your hand outside the
I'd
window.
want some concrete or a little wall
Yeah,
in the middle.
that's realism, bruh.
My immersion, bruh. But yeah. Oh, just the sound of that mortar. Oof. Good
Coffee
times.
consumed. Let's hope the game lasts now because I'm all fueled up and ready to go.
Are securing our territory.
Yeah, you never know. In a best of 3, can be very scary in game 2 because this is whether Refero can close it out. So there's a bit of pressure on him as well.
Just like that zoom in and pan down at the same time. That's pretty sexy, wasn't it?
Pretty darn tootin', sure shooting. Best goddamn castle we got in the hills.
On the left side of this room.
I haven't actually been controlling the camera in years thinking about casting, so I hope I don't have to do that in Denmark.
No, dude, don't worry. I won't
Or
make
if I
you have
do,
to do
just-
that.
If I do make tightrope casting, so he has to do it instead.
Well, he might be playing, so no promises who else
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
controlling cameras in
Go
Denmark.
far.
So far, it's just poor old AE.
Right, Finndeed, 2 VPs back in the game. T70 versus P4, the Clash of the Titans.
We do have this Zisk gun that's just been built as well.
There's
So
4 mines Finndeed could lay now with his current munitions. I think he's still got a chance, but you take out Mark Target. What difference does it make?
I know, right? He's got guards at least, and what else does he have?
He's got guards. But
He's got
yeah,
guards. He's got a Zisk gun, and he's got AT grenades.
a couple of
More
really angry
mines coming
concepts.
down as well, Ed. So to be honest, I'm liking Finndeed's position here. Let's not forget as well, it's not like he's lost very much. He's lost 20 infantry. Sorry, 39. Well, that's quite a lot actually.
He's been capping more though, but he's way further behind on VPs. That's an interesting story.
Supply sector under attack.
I know Zarok. I started trying to say he's not lost very much, and then I was like, oh, it's the opposite of what I wanted to say. Panzer IV hurts the conscript, forcing it away. More mines being planted. We've got 3 mines in a row, a daisy chain here.
Yeah, okay, he's using the units he's got available to him. Second Zisk gun, here we go.
What work is this guard squad doing? That's beyond the smoke, by the way. So for us, it looked like it was inside it, but no, the guard squad doing this deceptive amount of work. Tripwire flare goes off there. Gren down for 30 manpower. Finndeed laying the booby traps for days.
What if you limited all support weapons to 1 apiece?
That'd be so cool.
That could be an interesting tool.
No, I'd love that. Like a
Future
Noah's
idea.
Ark. Well, it's not Noah's Ark because that's 2 of everything. The opposite.
Lonely Ark.
A Lonely Ark. That's a great name for the tournament. End the Noah's Ark style of support weapon play. God's hurt
Yeah,
badly
getting close
there.
there.
That flame burst damage.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
But the mortar could even set off mines just by, you know, pure RNGs and scatter, so the T70's got to watch out for that AoE.
A lot of smoking going on in the central victory point. Reminds me of University Halls in Freshers year. Cover the smoke alarm with a condom, everybody, because we're having a good time over here. Anyway, the Grenadiers pushing in. I've just blown people's minds. Why have they never tried that? Well, you know, it's 12 years too late for that tip for most of us.
Yeah, there's always, what's it called? That older peeps go to uni. Open university dreams for your
Losing
mate.
supplies to the enemy.
Yeah, I don't know. Could you imagine rocking up to
Studying.
university with your receding hairline now? And it's like, hello, fellow kids.
Rocking up in my
Look
Ford
at this.
C-Max.
Look at this! Look at these mines coming down from Finndeed. He's gotten 5 down now. Really defensive V formation. And don't forget, everybody, do not forget, Refero went Flamer on his Pioneer and he only has 1. So this could be really good
yeah.
for Finn.
Just got to eat the mines. Painful way to get around the map, but Refero, another thing, he only just got his pack gun now. Okay, he didn't need it, but was pretty ballsy skipping tier 2 there, Matt. So there's that confidence you were talking about earlier.
But, as we saw in that previous game 1, Finndeed had a little bit of an Indian summer kind of going on, and he got into the game. That's for obliterating the green cover. That helps the northern player.
Wants to balance things out a bit.
Oh, fair
Ooh,
enough.
takes a hit from the Zisk gun, and look how flat that part of the map is. I remember it being like Mount Olympus down there.
Sawadi Krub to Armand in chat. He says that Gren retreat path is going the right way. Oh, he's going the right
I
way.
heard you. Dodge.
Oh, God. That could have been bad.
Pro plays. Using radio intercept to the cast to help his retreat path.
This is new. We've opened up a gap on the edges of the map to help more movement. Sorry, you guys got scammed. MG's was getting scammed by the flank. The Grenadier held the line for long enough, though. Will the guard be able to escape here? Don't forget, they're decently far away, so he needs to traverse and track. He's getting there. First burst off.
No,
Oh!
sneezed on him and they all got suppressed. That was pretty lucky there from the Refero.
Pioneers has arrived.
Guards not as strong as they used to feel, but yeah, they do get to green cover though now.
Soviet guards ain't what they used to be. What they used to be. Right, T7.
Doubles is what it used to be
It
though,
is,
and
yeah.
more.
not the
gonna be
flavour of the
painful.
day. It's the flavour of the last 4 years. Double resistance pushing in. Glover destroyed. That Panzer IV's tracking, but he goes movement orientated because he's seen the resistance. Perhaps I don't know. He decided to get out of there.
He's going to be popping from the far though, and Finndeed has made it to the tier 4 kind of zone of fuelage. Does have skill planes available.
Yes,
cheap
it's a
version.
strafing run though, not the loiter.
Yeah.
Oh, he just got hit by a Panzer IV, sorry, a Pak 40 whilst on his own mine. That could have been explosive.
Yeah. That's what he's got to look out for. And the mortar can set them off as well, as I said before. So there is a bit of an AoE around the mines that will damage your engine on the vehicle.
Just look at this
So you gotta
mine
watch
formation. So it's like a double layer of defense over here. Then, if you rotate, it goes into another layer over here. So it's like an interesting kind of chevroned V from Finndeed. That's a lot of mines, Ed. That's a lot of mines.
He's needed it as well, and it's been proven. It's kept him in this game. Everybody thought he'd be out of it in about 10 minutes.
No.
So
Zarok's called it. It's GG. Minesweepers out.
yep, go next. Now I think Finndeed's crawled his way back into a palatable position here. He can still do it, Matt. I believe.
Back in base, we're still just on tier 3. We're going for a Panzer IV next. We've got the Pak 40, the mortar, the MG, all out. Finndeed, he's got a lot of manpower at the moment. Oh, mine goes off. Where's the backup?
That's one.
Here they come.
Oh, and he's staying there, Matt. This is ballsy from Refero.
I mean, dangerous. This could be
Very.
really bad. Yes, he may have destroyed the cover. Another mine goes off there. And he's found the Panzer IV. What was he thinking there? He should have gotten it out of dodge straight away. He's got full vision of it now. T-70 is going to supply that. Yes, Panzer Tactician smoke deploys. But the Ziskuns can track him. They get him. One more shot required. He's going to have to go in. Where's the support from the Wehrmacht? It's coming in right now. Is he going to back away? Is he scared of the situation? Yes, he is, it would seem, Ed.
Yeah, he had no medium to follow up himself. That's just huge fuel disparity working against Finndeed. He could get a T-34 basic right out now if he wanted. And yeah, Refero gets away with murder there, man.
What were the Ziskuns doing? You might have played like a waltz song, Swan Lake or something. They did like an 8 formation.
Please hold. Whilst
They went up here. Exactly,
Yeah.
please hold, yeah.
He went through 7 tiers of contact help support desk before he got to the actual answer. I don't want to insure my car. I just want my Ziscon there, please.
Right, we've got a Zis barrage coming in on this Grenadier. This could be juicy. No, it isn't. LMG's burring away. That's a better shot. Oh, we've had a wipe there. Mines go off on a Grenadier, annihilating it.
From 4 to 3 Grens now. So it begins. Finndeed realised his Soviets in the south. He's got all the confidence in the world. He just needs a medium tank or something, man. Some damage sponge.
Is he going to get a KV-1?
I hope so.
Big
Good to
Klims on the
see.
field soon. It would say, oh, T-70's going to die.
T-70, please.
It missed.
Abort.
It went into movement mode, reversing, and its accuracy dipped horrendously. Missed from... We've also, by the way, got a flank on this MG. Nice work from Finndeed, and A's poor little eyes managed to see it on the minimap just about.
Good work. There's your micro for the day, folks. From
Wish I
AE.
could have this level of
We'll
perception
see
when
you
I'm
next
playing.
week on.
Yeah, exactly. I've forgotten my work done now.
Here's
Anyway,
Quota.
we could have the option of a Molotov on this MG, and Refero knows it, and he's forced away. Meanwhile, Finndeed's making an approach on the central picture point, but there's another MG waiting for him. We've had double fuel back into Refero's hands yet again, and we are getting closer to this KV-1, it would seem.
Triple cap hype as well for Refero. You've got to be mindful of the deeps. And yeah, Finndeed, balls of steel stalling for KV in the situation that he's been in this game. Takes some guts and some good prowess.
Certainly does. Pioneer's forced away. He's trying to make a push on the east. He's going to need the T-70 that's still alive somehow.
Did you see the guards just grenade actually through there?
Did they? Oh,
I think
right.
it was like an order given back in 1939. They've just got the Courier Pigeon memo now. Yeah. Blew up a few ants anyway.
Oh, and here is the original heavy tank of World War II. It's going to be on the field very soon.
I think he had too many munitions, man. You know, had an auditing.
Yeah, just did a
Visit,
write-off.
and he's like, oof, gotta balance the books here. Chuck a nade anyway.
Right, he's going for the fuel here. Could probably do with going for the victory points. He's gotten the KV-1 out now, but he is down to 222. Panzerford really can't get over this piece of ground here at the same with its shots.
Risky staying so long with your flamers like that. They are gold dust. They're 3 combat engineers you want to keep alive at all costs.
And here it is. Oh my, indeed. It's the original heavy tank of World War II made of Stalinium, its very self. It's the KV-1. Just drive around it because you're not penetrating this bad boy.
Canned Heat should just play immediately as a KV enters.
That would be so cool. Like, no, you can just about hear it inside the hull.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
It does have a random machine gun out the back of its turret.
Well,
pretty
yes. To be honest, that makes a lot of sense because in the Panzer Grenadier manual, they said just to try and put a grenade inside the engine hatch. That was the only tactic the Germans had to take out KV-1 in 1940.
Well, what was the KV tactic? Just drive into AT guns
apparently
instead.
it's terrible because his rear arm is exposed. We do have a strafe coming in. Back 40 is able to evade. All of the army of the Soviets has got to come in to defend the big heavy tank because right now it's marooned.
I like it though. Minus 25 munitions to Axis.
Right.
Playing the economy game is
Yeah,
indeed.
we've got a lot of damage being done right now. We've got conscripts forced away. The KV-1 is able to escape, however. Meanwhile, conscripts defend the east. MG defends the west. And the big news there is Finndeed got away with it because that was terrible play with the KV-1.
Or you could say great damage soaking, you know, he tanked with the big tankiest tank of all. Like, it was a smart move. And he got Refero to back off a bit with that strafing gun. So not terrible. Could have gone a lot worse.
Unlike Overwatch, if your tank dies, there's no respawn in CO2. You have to rebuild it. So although it's nice to play as a tank now and again, it is a little bit scary.
Well, the thing is, it's the support weapons that make it a good play or not. And the Ziz guns weren't really there to back it up.
Exactly,
so,
yeah. It was like, to use the Overwatch, did you ever play Overwatch, Ed?
The game?
Do you know? Yeah, the game.
Like FPS kind of game.
Yeah, it had tanks in there, and tanks are a class. As they are in MOBAs as well.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
My analogies, I will not use them then, never mind. You play a lot of Dota, I'm sure you can use a
Yeah,
Dota
no, that's what I'm
analogy.
saying. The KV did its job, but like the support cast was not there.
Indeed, same as Overwatch, the one I played. If your tank went in on its own, it's useless. It has to go in as a team. So many analogies across the computer gaming landscape. And that's the great thing about Khmer is one man has to play with basically an entire force of MOBA or Overwatch kind of micro. It's insane, isn't it? Absolutely insane. MG doesn't catch the combat enemies this time, but they won't do that much damage. Meanwhile, Panzer 4 in the east, this conscript's really low. KV-1 has gotten a couple of kills now. Ooh, this is all kicking off in the east. I don't look in the west, but I'll have to. Combat engineers are going to get pushed away down their guards as well. Meanwhile, back in the east, KV-1's going to be fine for now, it would seem.
Only 1 pack 40 from Chad Refero, not going for the Meta 2 pack, so that's kind of been costing him a bit against this KV.
Tripwire flares and everything igniting. Ed, this is a really close game.
Yep, GG Mordo as well, introduced a couple of minutes ago from Finndeed.
We just had a Zis execution with the barrage there. Another Pioneer goes down this time. I think it was a Pioneer.
Yep, it was the spares Pioneer, so the spare ones are being rebuilt as we speak. Refero, a hell of a lot of fuel. He's not gone tier 4 yet, so yeah, he's got a lot in reserve. Finndeed, meanwhile, what do you reckon, Matt? What backs up a KV nicely? Do you think
Victory point capping.
SU85?
Well, yeah, Street Fighter's a cracking shout, mate. Yeah, you'd probably...
But that ain't going to cap no VP, so...
No, indeed. It's tricky. It's really tricky. If he's got 2 Zis guns, no, he doesn't need the SU-85. He can go for a T-476 or indeed a Katusha. because the KV-1 basically keeps the Panzer IVs happy, kind of what's busy, whilst the Ziskuns pick them off. That's the tactic, isn't it?
Do you know what would be the MLG absolute 360 no-scope pick, though, from Finndeed?
Our territory is falling into
The
enemy
quad
hands.
half-track. You know, the upgraded half-track.
What, for crowd suppression?
Crowd suppression, gets rid of a lot of infantry nuisances, as well as completely shuts out Refero's Air Force game.
Well, as Nagano and Isilda have shown, mostly Isilda is meta to go M5, but this is rather late in the day. He's got 112 victory points right now. Molotov comes in on the MG whilst he's dodging S-mines. Panzer IV comes in. We've got a Panzerwerfer following up for Refero. So these double Ziskuns are going to have a really tricky position. Meanwhile, we've got an 18-8 in on the Panzer IV as the Ziskuns trying to pick him off.
Expert level timing there from Finndeed. Well played to him, sir. If he does leave this game out, he can say, I nailed that 80 gunshot with 18-aid combo. Perfect.
He's done it a couple of times, to be honest.
Very, very well done there.
Med packs issued on the field of combat for the Grens, and Refero is playing the new Crossroads revamp to perfection with these victory points. He's constantly pushing angles and keeping the pressure on Finn all game long. What a... Oh, that could have been so much worse!
That was almost like an infantry section in that HP those models survived on for the Gren squad there.
Sanity.
Very blessed.
Right, big Klim. Yes, 76 to follow up. He needs the pressure. Pack 40's got low health, so has to back away. He's going to go for the crush with the KV. They do a lot of damage to this Gren squad, but backs away because of the threat of pack attack. Meanwhile, in the west, we've got two support weapons covering the conscripts who are forced away in turn. He's got a mortar doing nothing, Ed.
Mortar has to deal with that MG42 in the mid. It's just too easy for Refero to keep that VP at the moment. He needs to raise it. Some tempo up. Get in there. He is the Soviets. He is South Crossroads, folks. Come on.
Right, we've got a new VP cap here. This is what needs to be stopped happening. Come on, guards, get in there. Come on, Maxim, get in there. We're rooting for the underdog if you're worried about our bias casting. That's what we're doing right now because Refero is expected to win this. He's the highest seed and he has the tournament pedigree from the past.
He's on 420 Blaze at VPs as well. It was 420 the other day, Matt. Did notice that.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Didn't have any lead. Ooh, that's the Werfer. I don't know.
Nerf's nothing. What a dodge by Finndeed.
Yeah, good dodge, but also that's Werfer barrages.
Oh, he's going in for the Panzerwerfer immediately with the focus fire. T-34, he wants blood, and the Panzerwerfer's not there anymore. He can't find it. There's no Faust, though. He'll be fine. Panzer IV misses. T-34 just showing its force. Meanwhile, we've got DP, light machine gun, guards, Vet 3, and mortar picking off these grenadiers. They're forced away. Juicy Salamine there, by the way, guys. Keep an eye out for that.
Gotta fight for the mid in this one. Way harder. And now Finndeed has finally got the memo. He's getting stuck in, man. This is good stuff from him. Second pack gun even happens to be
Salamine, how's it still a wipe? I'm sorry, Ed. I thought we might have a wipe there.
So good, so good.
Yeah, I thought we might have a wipe
Big
there.
team kill, blue on blue, friendly fire. Telemine is always a threat. But the Werfer barrage, just to go back to that, Matt, and we saw it from the Katusha the game before. I don't think indirect is Refero's game, really.
No.
It's very much a 1v1, Chad, and yeah, probably doesn't do many 44s. Alright.
34 under duress. We've got mortar smoke allowing this to creep up and get a double salvo off on this Panzer IV, but will they leave themselves vulnerable to being flanked? Is the Panzerwerfer ready for another barrage? Let's have a look at that timing window. We've got 7 seconds left. Meanwhile, this barrage are opening up. They're definitely going to tempt themselves in for a Verf. Where is that Werfer at? Going to come forward very soon, I would think. We've had an 80 grenade going on the Panzer IV. Ziskuns push up, making themselves really vulnerable.
Comes sickle and hammer style, come down from the left. Whilst the KV just drives straight up the pump. Full Chad gameplay here from Finndeed now. Pack's gonna go down, surely.
Oh no, here comes trouble. Let's get the UI back on, let's see the damage. It's the Panzer IV that's losing out in the end.
Yeah, the delayed Werfer reaction. Down goes the pack crew.
We had
The Soviets who captured it, but yeah, one pack down. Don't know if Finndeed stick around much longer with the KV. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah, low on health. T34 comes to tag in for his bigger body. Oh, and he gets taken
he
out!
back it out.
Oh, the calamity for Finndeed. He really didn't need that to happen. He needs a win here. He needs to take out this Vet 2 pack. Meanwhile, we've got a push up from the Maxim, pack down and destroyed. Oh, he did not need that, but his fuel is good. If he can conserve manpower here, you can get another KV out very soon.
Is this the GG push? There's pretty banged up P4s. Oh, pack
What a
40's
shot,
been
but a
recalled.
bounce! He shot, but he bounced there. That was a really good shot through this sight-blocking bush.
T70, I think, just needs to go on recon mode or get in there.
What's the Panzer IV just done? He just suffered an horrendous shot there. Needed to use smoke to get out.
Still wants his gun ready to use with 5-man. Scary looking 2-man one. Could be merged into. This is it. Finndeed's going for it, man.
He is. Panzer IV. Good work done. Here comes that T34 and T70. Yet again using the flare to show the way. Panzer IV is ready for another salvo. He thinks about getting a shot in. T34 backs up. And don't forget, all this action's been with tanks here, so he's conserved a little bit of manpower. Well, I thought he was, but then he wasn't. Oh, Panzer IV, what's he doing?
Got a frontline recon from the Werfer there.
Oh,
goes
what
down.
a shot! No way!
From
Zisgun
downtown,
gets
it
him
gets him.
from max range there. Meanwhile, oh, and now it's the T34. Pushes in. Panzer IV comes to kiss him. Might get more than a kiss for his troubles. Oh, yes, he does. Zisgun,
The kiss of death.
T34. 2 wins for Finndeed. We may be heading to a deciding ace game. What a way to start
This
GCS.
has this has got game 3 written all over it, man. What a comeback. And it was just so methodical and slow and steady before it didn't really ever get to recover from the first big wave, despite Finndeed losing his KV.
That was a great snipe with the Zisgun. Well played
Brilliant,
by Finndeed. Really hates rocket artillery apparently. He's been looking for assassinations on rocket artillery all game, all series long.
Brilliant stuff there from Finndeed. Refero still got that comfort zone of a lot of VP zone
Oh,
now.
true.
Finndeed's not out the woods yet, folks.
If the boxing's half as good as this later, we'll be in for a treat, mate, because this has been epic.
Yeah, unlike the boxing, this isn't rigged, folks. Anyone can win. So.
I don't know, some of those coin tosses you did earlier, Ed, were a little bit rigged.
My three-sided coin. Oh, no cons. Down to zero.
Right, Maxim watches over the centre, double Zis, pushes in, there's that assassin, hero Zisgun. Meanwhile, the guards who've been having a pretty good game themselves, they're getting in there. We've got T34-10-6 coming out, so he's pretty happy with the level of veterancy on these Zisguns. Now the Panzer Werfer's out, he doesn't need anything more than his T34s, it would seem.
Great piece of green cover there from Finndeed. Got to use what's in front of you as the map evolves. Whew, what a game, man. This feels like, this is old school.
This is old school,
proper
baby.
Back and forth. It's not too meta. One person gets a bit overconfident, the other guy comes back. This is exactly what we could have asked for in this best of 3 for us.
And don't forget as well, this is the map that really people remember from GCS2. If you go on the most viewed Code 2 video of all time, the GCS2 Grand Finals, it's just a thumbnail of this map. It kind of looks like that. That's the thumbnail that most people have seen when they first get to see Company Heroes. And, you know, statistically, that is.
It does
So,
have
yeah.
nice lighting, this version of the game, so it's all good.
Right, Maxim in the middle. We've got the 5-kill Soviet mortar. Let's see how the Wehrmacht equivalent's done. He himself has 8 kills, not too shabby. And what's Refero doing? Of course, he has Battle Phase 3 tech. Wow, there you go. And Heavy Panzer Corps. That's why we've seen the Panzerwerfer. But what is the next option? Because look at the amount of
Well, the
fuel the guy
Werfer was
has.
a big fail, and I don't think that fits his playstyle. Perhaps a Panther would just shore things up here at the moment, but then that gives a lot of time, the most precious resource of all in life, to Finndeed, who can then probably just swarm him with about 40, 34s, man, and a couple of scissors.
Yeah, mate, when you get to 40, 34, that's kind of like having, you know, Tiger Race. It's the equivalent. You just feel unstoppable. Yep. There is a critical mass of Soviets. 3, you're pretty much winning. 4, you've got it, baby.
strength in numbers. They will have to throw the T70 though to get another top cap. But I'm sure that's doable.
Right, rifle nade in on the Maxim. That's a 4-kill one there. Got veterancy for all the Grenadiers. Panzer IV's ready for battle once more. T70 hovering around. There's a lot going on. A lot to keep up with.
Just watching these guys, let alone them having to play this out. Second pack gun though in the build for Refero. So the Noah's Ark build did get complete in the end. That with 2 MGs, 2 pack 40s, and a couple of pioneers.
Just one window. Literally, God said in the Old Testament, and let the Ark have one window. That's literally God had the time to say that to somebody. Wow, that man's detailed. Amazing. Amazing stuff.
Better than Easy Hotel. If only they took that mantra.
That's so close to the line. I love Company Heroes. I still get excited about it. I've been watching it since like 2008. You know what I mean? That's still like it's my favourite game. I love it. Anybody else like that in chat?
True.
I know like the overall player pool's dipped and the viewer figures have dipped and whatever. Hopefully they pick up with Co3, but are there any other people that just still like get excited over the small things?
You gotta. You're not human if you ain't gonna get up for games like this. But thank God, man, if you do, lots to total online players. That's how they do it.
There's that mine, it detonates now! T-34's watching on with the Grenadiers somehow surviving this retreat. Meanwhile, Panzer IV backs away. Oh, no it doesn't! We got a Vet 2 now! T-34 with 7 infantry kills, 2 vehicle destroys. He's having a great game so far, but the victory points did just go against him yet again. Dropping to 69 gap pride, and he's going to have to be really careful.
Got a good wipe though, so I think you'd take that for a couple of VPs. The middle VP again. Refero's control of it has been pretty superb this whole series. Whereas the left VP's just defended by 1 in GMAC. T34, T70.
Yeah.
But fear of mines and tellers, I think.
Yeah, he's at pop cap pretty much, Finndeed. Meanwhile, Refero's now down to 65 before the Panzerwerfer hits. So definitely Finndeed could do with being a little bit more aggressive whilst he's got this superior mass.
Tough game to play your first game on his Axis in the top 4 Finndeed, but second game, he's got no excuses now. It's probably his favourite faction, I think he said when we were in London all together. That Soviets, he does like them.
Oh, he's on a telemine here. This could go badly wrong for the gods. Can Refero take advantage of that? Oh, I want to see like a Tyler used as a demo just once. Oh, he's pushed into the Zis guns. That's a bad idea. Panzer Tactician smoke. But it doesn't matter because he's still got attack ground.
Good attack grounds. Got one of the 2 there.
Where are we hitting? Where are we hitting? Come on, Panzerwerfer, finally do some damage. Oh.
Coming up short way too many times. I don't know why that was a rebuild of the Werfer.
The first
Weird
one was
choice.
awful.
Weird choice. Because seeing how number 1 went, he probably thought it couldn't get any worse, but it hasn't got much better, that's for sure. So, really strange strategy and build order late game from Refero here.
By the way, I just saw something good for Finndeed if you want the underdog to make it to game 3 here. His combat engineer suffered half a burst from an MG before retreating, which shows his reactions were really good for somebody 40 minutes into game 2. But this T-70's not having such a great time. Oh, they used the apex of the house there to evade the foremost Pack 40, so that was good driving.
Unlike the KV-1, he actually retreated his tank when it was nearly dead. That does help the acceleration of the Vet 3 T7, it's very good. Boom! His gun, sending that MG42 packing.
Oh, house destroyed there. And,
as we see our first little moment of chill almost, in 40 minutes. It's kind of calmed down a bit. There's no green cover being built. Oh, as I just said, it is now being built. So that's when you can tell a game's slowing down, that conscripts have enough time.
You know what's really funny? I'd take your headset off and we're both shouting really loudly.
We're just
We've been really
2 hyped up
yeah.
geeks locked
I
in a
really
room.
feel sorry for my neighbours. It was nice to rescue you.
Fresh Grenadier squad.
But,
Oh, I'm sure they're used to it.
true, I'll put the headset back on. Right, here we go. These are telemines that have been very defensively planted by Refero, so if Finndeed does get too aggressive, he's going to meet his demise, one would expect. Victory point count, Refero's dropping slightly.
What concerns me for Refero is he's never had enough munis for any skill planeage. Not even the scout plane. And that does seem strange, like he hasn't been able to utilise his air force, which is a big part of this game. I think he's just been popping one too many smokes belated 420.
Oh, there you go. Down and out for the Pack 40. And the guards really just being the tip of that arrow there. Oh, doing great work. Meanwhile, however, the victory point is being capped. He needs to be careful there. He's only got 62.
Indeed, he's getting the wipes, isn't he, Matt? First with that Grenadier, and then with the Pack 40. Completely hard killing it as well. Well played by him, but it all means for nothing if you don't cap the VPs behind it.
So true. So very true. But he used this smoke of his opponent to push in, and Refero saw how dangerous that was. He's pushed in, he's going to put some pressure down on the Panzer IV. Oh, he crushes the old Panzerwerfer and gets out of there. Meanwhile, this Gren's capping. Can't complete it now! Oh, but there, something else is completed. That's its time on this Earth. And we do have LMG conscripts. Oh my.
GG. May as well call it now, folks. Because when Event 3 conscript with an LMG gets into their hands, records.
Oh wow, this has been a hell of a game.
Still the MG42 in the north, just chilling. Hasn't been touched in like 25
It's now
minutes.
covering its retreat path, its flanking path with an S-mine patch.
Imagine if you couldn't move the camera and you just got plopped on the left-hand side of the map at the start.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Be like IRL World War II, just sitting there for hours.
How are you guys liking the audio this cast? We've got two very expensive microphones. We're in the same room together. Should be a little bit more studio. You should be able to tell we can see the same thing at the same time. A little bit of feedback in this little lull of activity whilst we wait for the next wave of destruction.
We are losing a sector.
It's nice just to be able to do it again as well, Matt, after COVID and things for years. So definitely a privilege. Trying to make the most of it, folks. Sounds great, so
Yeah, we've had some good feedback. 10 out of 10. Sounds really good. Thanks, guys. Good to hear. This is how it'll be at GCS3 finals in Denmark. The same microphones and the same setup. So good to hear, because we won't have the benefit of an actual studio this time. Panzerwerfer hits the Maxim guards, just loitering with tank support, who do not want to cap that central victory point. We do have a conscript caught out in the open. Panzer IV's going to gun it down with its really tasty 35 infantry kills.
Yeah, nothing to be sniffed at, and conscripts staying around a bit to enjoy the view. Finally get retreating off.
Oh, that's the mortar. It's been destroyed. Somebody noticed it in chat. Well played, Zarok. Of course, former tournament player himself. He played in the very first GCS tournament back in 2017.
Still ripping it up in an auto match, I assume. As he gives the keepo for the boys. But yeah, Panther finally, Matt. It's just 7 years too late. Just like IRL World War II for Refero here. Maybe he was role playing a bit too hard.
Guys, I just can't wait for this Panther to appear. So exciting in a big cast, a big game, a big tournament where you start getting these big vehicles out. It's the only thing I ever do as a caster is hype up big vehicles, to be honest. So, the only thing I've added.
Could be worse.
Of course, recently we've worked on the maps as well. What's happening over there? Just heard a bit of an explosion. It's a tripwire flare.
Yep, we're all good, we're all good. We're nestling in on the mid VP with Finndeed's point of view here. And just look at that top left of the screen. That is
it's a big army. Yeah. And for big armies, you need big solutions. Oh god, that Panzer IV's in peril. Ziskuns are going to push up. Panzerkampfwagen 5 has to save us now. Has to be the answer to the T-34s. Has to do some serious work in defending the German position.
And the one-time Refero. Ooh, the GG Mortar survives the Werfer barrage. But Refero finally used his Air Force map for some scouting. It didn't amount to anything because Finndeed's just tucked right in there on the mid VP.
Finndeed is content, it would seem, to just chill on the central victory point, but it's a good job because there's so many telemines waiting for him. Has this Minesweeper engineer been close enough to see them?
Yeah, well, he was struggling just to keep any kind of VPs in the early game, especially in game 1 as well. So I think he'll be content with this. But there's nothing defending the right-hand side VP. It's just the fact that Refero's lost a couple of Grenadiers. It's really hampered his capping ability. Ooh, doubles this in synchronization there.
This is a tough ask. Need this Panzerwerfer to be ready sooner rather than later because these disc guns are running rampant. They are forced away by the Panzer IV, getting a good AoE shot. Got pinfall mount upgraded for the Panther, ready for a flank. Conscripts are the vanguard. Is the Panther going to look in for a push? Does he have support? I don't think so, Ed. We only have 2 Grenadiers on the field. Yep. 2 Grenadiers versus 3 Vet 3 conscripts and a Vet 3 guard squad. It's just too tough. It's not going to happen.
Not one P-Gren built this series either. Feels bad, man. I'm going to have to balance that out next week.
Thanks, HT, as always. He just gives us confidence, saying when we do a good job of the casting.
Great viewing from him.
Yes, I think he's our best viewer. Well done, HT. Good view. Good viewing. Right, we've got a pincer, it would seem, evolving. Panzer IV wants to push him. We've got reconnaissance from Refero, but oh, he's been unveiled there. And there's the Panzerwerfer. Can he take out the Vet 2 Zis? No, he doesn't hit enough. And the Panzer IV pays the price.
Indeed, may have not learned his lesson from game 1 of fixing his tanks on the front line. He needs to back him up further, and then he can do it in safety, because this will be for combat injuries.
Time. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, a lot of damage done there to the Vet 3 MG. Mortar can't get the kill though, but the big news, everybody, is Finndeed kept central victory point. He had 62 victory points for ages now. What is the tick per second? Is it if you've got a 2-1 advantage?
It's 1 when it's 2-1, yeah.
Yeah, so we're having got.
We've
got a lot of time left because the 1 victory point tick is way too slow, isn't it, at times?
Well, we're saying that, but we're not the players. If you're the players, you'll be sweating it on this amount of VPs still. All it takes is
it's going to be about 12 minutes at this rate. Just under an hour. I just did the maths, I think. Just under an hour at this rate. Unless Refero, of course, is able to get a victory point. So he has to do something. He's going to rebuild the Grenadier Ed. He's got this Panzerwerfer who's finally been able to get some kills. He's got 12. He's got a Panther that's done literally nothing. Has 1 infantry kill.
Going AFK on the old tank commander of the Panther, but he's moved it over now. Just wanted to survive a few minutes before it gets absolutely cold into front line of 2 Zizzes and a load of ram and jam 234s.
Looking for a flank. The mines over here were destroyed. Right. Sandbags being deployed. Double Gren's pushing in. That 3rd Gren is ready as well. Minesweeper there too. We also have this Panzer IV Vet 3 on the west side. This T-Battle's in the east. Here comes the Panther. He's pushing in. He's choosing this moment to throw his Panther into harm's way. Maybe it's a distraction tactic. He does suffer some health damage. You've got Panzerwerfer finding the position of those Zis guns. He's going to hold the line. He's not going to move into the fire. That's big brain thinking from Finndeed.
Fully max range barrage, so it feels very scattered, man. the Werfer doesn't get many kills there on the Zis crews because of it.
I love that feel scattered, man. That's brilliant.
I'm sure there'll be a better TV mode of it some point. Yeah. Ooh, is that a mine going off? Yeah.
Must have been, yeah. I heard another kill. Probably wasn't just a mine.
Or somebody just shooting a mine.
Yeah, the mine
does the voice line for a kill even if you blow up a mine.
No, that's how the Wehrmacht worked. They counted every kill because they wanted to report back to HQ. 1,000 kills for the Reich today. You know what I mean? In a Russian accent. Everything's a kill, including this Panzer IV. That could be very much a kill. It's being tracked right now. They're going to fire through the fog of war. T-34 as well. Doesn't want to tango up there. There's too many telemines.
It's gutsy to chase it that far. You can see Finndeed's getting a bit more confidence. Minute by minute in this 50-minute slobber knocker so far.
Oh, we have to have a break before game 3. Big up to Ragnar in chat, of course. Fellow Brit. There's 2 Brits watch this Brit, Finndeed, having a very good time against tournament legend Refero.
Some Virgin Grens though, no veterancy, no LMG. feels pretty bad when they're
Yeah.
straight out the box, especially
Look at this!
51 minutes
Chad
in.
Vet 3 Grenadiers fighting one man, fighting for death. The Virgin Grenadiers just watching on. Oh, the Chad goes down. T70 goes in as well. And there's a Panzerwerfer on the Vet 3. Maxim, he just holds the ground again. The Panzerwerfer's not doing anything.
Feels 6-man crews. Soviets can eat those Werfer shots for days from max range. Oh, this is tough stuff now for Refero. He was 450 VPs, guys.
Look at this, he's just used an IL-2 Sturmovik strafe on the Vet 3 MG to
Finally.
cap the point there. LMG 7-man cons doing the work. Meanwhile, the mortar may go into the central victory pound to oh, he thought about it.
May as well have. It's pretty tanky. Oh, not with a rifle nader. That was good work from Refero.
That was madness from Finndeed. Absolute madness. Meanwhile, the Panther's been pushed away by the Guards, an AT grenade combo, and the victory point remains on 47. Despite, by the way, for a moment we had a neutral one here, and only one victory point capped, and that was for Refero, making him fall from 62 to 47.
Well, at least the left-hand side energy got used
Oh,
this game.
Panzerwerfer's been buttoned. He popped smoke.
Oh, get out of jail free card. Oh, and they attack ground on the PTRSs. I forgot the guards can do that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Scary stuff.
AT grenade in, well played by Finn, and he retreats away.
Look at his resources. He's playing a 4v4 and then some.
What is this? He just hit 1,000. Well, don't know if you guys know this, but there's $1,000 for the winner of this tournament. It's called the Grand Championship Series. Another name for a grand is, well, another name for 1,000 in British English is a grand. And Finndeed just hit a grand.
They say a grand don't come easy, so you've got to get past the likes of Loveness or Elpen and others. Orange Pest even, I think.
Yes,
It's
Orange
in
Pest,
there,
yeah.
yeah,
Jibber
that's
jabber
it.
jobber. Not a bad little player pool, is it?
It's
Consider-
tough. I'm thinking if I get past Loveness, it's not so easy to the final.
You know what I like
It'll
about
all be
you, Ed?
downhill then.
Do you know what I like about you, Ed? You're actually asking if I get past Love Nest. It should be when you get past Love Nest, of course it should. You're being modest, you're a
I'd
titan
love
of this
to face
game, Ed.
Kamikaze or Titan in round 2, that'd be hilarious. But enough about that. It's all about this game at the moment. And another Gren's going to be the build for Refero. Try and get some infantry back. And at the moment, Finndeed, he can cap everything. He's got T70s, T34s, tons of cons for days, and a guard squad. So looking good for the man in blue.
Yeah, it is indeed. And the man in blue's pushing up. Right now he's got smoke, he's built his cover. This Vet 3 MG's not going to do enough. Here comes the Panzerwerfer. Where's this fire going to be? Maybe he can find something decent. No, he split them this time. Oh no, he lost the Vet 3 Ziscun.
He could, yeah.
Panther's going to try and destroy it. There is another Vet 3 Ziscun. They're waiting. Can he recrew it? Recruit with gauze. It's expensive. No, he's not. Of course he's not.
Enemy is attempting to steal our
I think it's
sector.
still worth it rather than losing the whole gun over.
True,
So.
true.
And he's got manpower for days. He's
We've
not
had a
gonna
Mox,
cry about
sorry,
it.
we've had a button here from the guard squad. He's recruiting Ziscons, he's buttoning Panzers, and now he's got the other Vet 3 Zis that could make some good with Panzer Attack just smoke used. He backs out of there, got a created landscape, but blocked the shot somehow. Meanwhile, this Panther's looking low. T-34 pushes in, hits Vet 3 due to 25% damage received, counting towards veterancy. Vet 3 MG goes down, Finn gets yet another win, and in the west he's capping up the point there. Green cover helping him do it whilst under fire. Little T70 could die. Survives.
Triple cap hype for Finndeed. First time in a long time, if any, of this game. And yeah, under the suppression of an MG42, the conscript's hero effort on the left VP there.
Ooh, this is big. Refero's about to get 2 victory points if I'm not mistaken. Well, I may be mistaken because here comes the 2 T-34s. This is going to be really bad. This could be the end of the game. Refero's Panther needs 1 penetration through the front, but it bounces
chase.
both. We've also had a Faust in. We've got a low health Gren. Maybe he'll get his attention turned to that. 2 Ziscons pushing up, but LMGs are there as well. 1 is decrewed. It was the Vet 3. That was bad.
To zombie-like with the Ziscons. There's the T-34s get another wipe. That's probably the 5th Gren that's gone down this game. Rough stuff there on the eastern flank, and Finndeed somehow comes away with it. Still 2 VPs intact. 80 VPs left for Refero, folks. It's going to the wire.
Yeah, talking about going to the wire, just look at how many grenadiers have been built. 7 have been built, 5 have died.
5? Boom.
Oh dear, oh dear. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV pushes into the centre. This thing is Vet 3 with, that's right, 52 infantry kills. Panzerwerfer comes down on the Maxim and takes it out. First wipe of the series for rocket artillery. That took a while.
Yeah, the full wipe. Decrewed as this and then just obliterated that Maxim. Oh, LMG Collins pushing in. You can't say that every day, so.
No, you can't, and they're doing a damn good job. We've got a 30-34 now hitting the field. He pushes up. He's also got Sturmovix ready to go if he needs it. Zisgun hits the Panzer.
Our opponents are seizing
Rough
the
stuff
sector.
here for Refero. Does look like his final keeps the Panther alive. I felt that was a bit of a weird non-chase there from Finndeed, but I saw how low HP his Zisguns were, so didn't have much to back it up with.
Yeah, exactly. Right, the fresh T-34 is feeling a little bit brave, but this Panther is quite low, and there was a flank from the Vet 3 one. So
Finndeed just isn't building anything more to pile on the pressure. It's weird.
is it a pop cap?
No, he's fine.
Yeah, but he could afford to lose something, I agree. I mean, that
He could just
Vet
throw
Z,
everything
that
in,
zero
rebuild
T-
his whole
Because he could have gone for a
234s.
crazy flank and suicided it. He could be suiciding for the Panzerwerfer. But, to be honest, who are we to criticise? Because right now he could be on the verge of an epic comeback victory and heading for a deciding ace game against a player with a bigger history of tournaments than himself. I mean, Finndeed's played in the same amount of tournaments as Refero, but he's never progressed like Refero
I
has.
just think Refero took this game too lightly. He almost won game 1 and 2 easily.
Panther in peril. Zisgun's got them in his sights. Where's those shots? Oh, they both bounce! In fact, the T-34s bounce as well. Meanwhile, Panzer IV goes in. He's looking for a target. Panzerwerfer goes against the Zisgun, but doesn't hit much at all. Now it's the Panzerwerfer who's in peril. The T-34's going for him. He gets a rear armour penetration on the damaged engine. Panzer, that'll do as a target, Ed. That'll do.
Vet 3 T-34, this thing's going to shoot like a PPSH now. Oh, one T-34 that's vetted goes down on the east flank.
Ah! T-70 goes in against the Panther, who is gone in for the Vet 3. T-34, we've got an AT grenade possible on this Panther. Will he be able to get it off? Possibly not. Finndeed's just fighting for his life out there. He's losing things, and he's just queued up 2 T-34s
There you go.
with his massive reserve of
Soviet
resources.
economy, baby. Churn them out. But I don't think Refero can fix up his tanks fast enough to get back on the beeps here, man.
Oh my God.
Good old attrition from Finndeed.
Yeah, and he's just fallen for the first time in the series below Finndeed's victory point count as Refero. Meanwhile, combat mortar goes in.
Best type of mortar.
Panther's going to get a little bit dangerous here. He thinks he needs to be in combat, but I'm telling you, he doesn't, because there's fresh T-34s arriving very shortly.
See how great a game we can have once all the AT guns are dead. Makes for way better viewing.
A little bit of response over quite unveiling that the Soviets have rebuilt their tank armada, and they've still got the Vet 3 T-34. No combat repairs in this game. No. Oh,
Great hit there from the
mortar
Werfer
meets
again.
its match and becomes invincible for a moment.
Fine line that Werfer. It's got better over time. We were fat shaming its first barrage quite a bit, but came on well. But
Well, now it's Vet 3 with 40 kills and 1 vehicle destroyed. That's not too bad. T-70's in a spot of bother. Oh, and it's taken out. Another T-34's queued up immediately. And speaking of which, he goes in. He's just causing a distraction right now. Here comes the infantry. We've got a big battle over the central victory point as the Panzer IV turns his attention to the LMG conscripts. And Molotovs are going in. Here come the T-34 reserves and the elite veteran T-34. They need to take out the Vet 3. What Vet 3 Gren? That's dead. Pioneers are next.
Oh, bit of team killage there as well. One conscript goes down. This is some crazy play here from Finndeed. It's just all or nothing. Brain, talk about brain AFK. Brain's flying out the window here.
He just built a new
Long
guard squad. That's what he decided. No more T-34s for him. He's got enough. And here come Here they come right now, throwing everything on the line, including a damaged health Vet 3. T34, he takes out the Panther. Panzer 4 next. He gets a crush, by the way, with the out-of-control T34 on the Pioneers. Now he might finish the job on everything that stands before him. What a game this has been. We're heading to Nexus. We're heading to our third deciding ace game in round 1. This is only round 1 of GCS3, Ed.
Couldn't have been any better, Matt. What a comeback. Hats off for Finndeed. Fair play to Refero as well. An epic game 1 from him. But whew. Don't blink. 1 hour game, Matt. Felt nothing like an hour. That was intense. So both players are going to need a Kit Kat after this one.
They're going to need something, yeah. I tell you what, that was a hell of a game. That hour flew by. Had a couple of low moments, but mostly it was all action.
Hold the phone. 2 caps for Germania. Nope.
He surrendered.
Surrendered just as he captured a couple of
I think you're believing in any combat narrative now.
GG, boys.
GG. What a game that was. Are we enjoying this, guys? You having fun out there?
Amazing. But tough luck on Refero there. He must have thought he's throwing that one. But it was just the grit and determination of Finndeed to hang on in there. The start of that game too looked pretty bad, Matt. The whole map was red. It was triple cap hype. Refero was playing the little Danish national anthem. He was booking his flights for GCS3 again. And it looked for all money that Finndeed was out of it. But from the ashes, he resurrected his hopes and lost 344 units along the way. It has to be said, but it don't mean nothing. He got there in the end, and we're going to game 3. Can't ask for much more.
That's crazy. Army value-wise, you can see that Refero lost a lot at the end. But he was losing in the middle as well. That's when Finndeed really began to come into things. Points held, that tells the story of the ebbs and flows of battle. The personal best unit, of course, was the ZIS. 5 T-34s produced. Meanwhile, Refero, the pack. We watching top level 1v1, it seems.
Yep.
Units built. Oh my god, all 7 Grens died.
Valiant effort, valiant. 2 Panzerwerfers. Whenever you've lost 2 Panzerwerfers in a 1v1, that's saying something. And most damage taken from a Ziz gun on the Panzerwerfers.
Oh my god.
So crazy game there, folks. I had it all. Refero's build order in mid to late game a bit suspect. But game 3, he's got another chance to turn it all around. And my god, this is a proper best of 3. I don't think we're going to get this when I play Love Nest next week. So I'm enjoying this one, going all the distance. So this is good stuff.
It really is. All right, guys, we're going to go on a little break, and we'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. Cheers.
We are going to have to act if we want to live in a different world. We are going to have to act.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
Move toward more ideas that will actually help bring this thing to an end.
We are going to have to act. We are going to have to act.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
Alright guys, we're going live in 1 minute's time. Get ready to go. Hello there and welcome, and we weren't quite expecting this. Oh no, 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 it's 1-1, it's the deciding ace game, it's Nexus, it's Refero, it's your man Finndeed, it's Soviets versus Wehrmacht, yet again. I'm AE and I'm casting with Ed, and what a series it's been, Ed.
It's been an epic series. For one without USF or OKW, it's been the best Soviet versus Austin series I've seen for a while, Matt, and I think that's what we get from these early stages of the tournaments, is more crazier games. You could say mismatches if ranks were anything but a number, and it's just proven that these guys are level pegging at the moment. 1-1 coming into this game 3. I just hope we've got a voice left for this game, Matt.
And just to remind everybody what we're playing for here, let's quickly just bring the brackets up. This is 1-1 now, and it's a single elimination tournament. One of these guys could be playing live for you in Denmark for the chance to win $1,000 and the best trophy I've ever seen for any sport. The trophy is magnificent. So let's see as the game unfolds. We have our first pitter-patter of bullets from the MP40 crew, members of the MG42 there.
Yep. Both players with the faster AT gun build bulletin. They want to get to the meta quicker.
How is that a fair bulletin? Usually bulletins are stuff like this, 3% increase.
Yeah.
50% faster. That just shows that maybe Relic didn't understand the importance of build times in Company Heroes 2, because in Company Heroes 1, Ed, they balanced the Motorpool US build time for the M1AT gun to be 90 seconds.
Gee.
Because they
that
didn't
seems
like...
a long time, yeah.
Well, they didn't like the fact that you could just count... If your opponent was able to get an early tank out,
like
that should
panic
mean
AT
something.
gun. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I prefer that. I don't like the reliance on AT guns, but that's just my
yeah, me too.
personal view. I'm probably trash at using them as well. That's why I ain't no helping hands with my support weapons. So
this is an important battle in the early game, Ed. I'll tell you, this is very important. Double Grens right now. The MG has to back them up. 3 conscripts against them. Heavy cover used by one of them. The MG is now going to focus fire this one most likely because he's out. No, goes for the other one.
it's like trying to herd a bunch of cats. It's just like the conscripts all just monkeys strung together. All chiming in on that same point. MG42 could have a field day, but glorious green cover on the map, helping out the conscripts there.
Alright, 3-man con goes to cap this point here. We've got combat engineers capping up there. This guy's got the flamethrower coming in the northern direction. Conscripts forced away, well defended by Finndeed. The bias in this cast is now going to end because these guys are really good friends of GCS. They've both donated to past tournaments. They've both played in past tournaments. They've both been at past events. We were bigging up Finndeed because we knew he was the underdog, but there's no underdogs anymore, Ed. This is every man's game to win.
Coming into the game, I didn't think Finndeed was much of an underdog. Then I saw game 1, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Holy gap. And then game 2, he was looking that way, and then he snapped back into gear and pulled his bloody finger out, Sam.
It took him a while, didn't it?
I'm glad for him. I'm happy he didn't go out on a 2-0 and all to play for on game 3.
Do you wish I can get that light switch for me just so it's there we go. Just a reminder that we are live in the room together.
Anyway. Locked in behind our mics because we don't want to bash them.
Grens just do a bit of sneaky capping and remove the fuel there, and they might do the same to the munitions point. Your Nexus being unique in having munitions cut-offs separate to the rest.
Yeah, and I just think we've had White Flash Reborn maps for the whole series, correct?
Almost like he knows something about map making. IMO, I'm going to just say it, I think Relic should look into of hiring him for at least consultancy at some point in time. Because this guy maps. He really does.
Yeah.
And his first drafts are always awful, by the way, Ed. It's not like he's this genius map maker. He just listens to people and he changes them and he gets them so they're really good in the end.
Yeah. That's the whole purpose of a first draft, though, is just to get it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
His fine-tuning is someone else, and yeah, glorious both maps. Had many memories across them on loads of tournaments. I'd like to see what Finndeed has in terms of his commanders. I can recognise some shiny hats, but not all of them. Refero, meanwhile, gone for the old combined arms and slapstick. Saw it working well for Finndeed in the previous game, so has opted for it himself. And what commanders map does Finndeed have available?
Well, exactly. As just mentioned, we have God Rifle Command, and it's again chosen for Refero. Is it again? Oh no, he's not gone for that one yet. Meanwhile, Finndeed has Mechanized Assault, which we're not going to see now. We've passed the
One could always hope Von Ivan could grab the controls and bring it back.
GMD and Spearhead Doctrine. I don't know if the players know that Commander Terminator's in operation. To be honest, if they choose a commander again, I will give them the grace. I'll just say, yep, I haven't probably been vocal enough in the rules. They are stated on this Discord server, but I think this first round was kind of added in after the tournament sign-ups, and it's best of 3. It's not quite a best of 5, so maybe they were not aware of that. So if they do choose a commander again, I'm just going to say it now. I'll let them off. It's only round 1. I think that's fair, Ed.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's been illuminating to see from the player side, you know, what they have to go through as well.
Exactly.
Which we don't normally get when it's either.
Well, you saw, I gave them about
Normal
5
tourneys.
rules at the start of the series, didn't we? They had like 2 coin flips. They had commander vetoes, 1 for each Axis and allies. We saw both players go for guard motion to coordination tactics. Is that right?
Yep.
And German Jaeger infantry doctrine.
So I get to tell Loveness he's not allowed guard motors.
That's right. Yeah. The ones you want to get rid of for him, by the way, if it's Loveness, get rid of German mechanized. That's his fit. Why am I helping you? I'll help you, my friend. German mechanized doctrine, get rid of that, and obviously guard mode to
So long as
tactics,
encirclement doctrines in the pool, we're good to go, brother.
Damn, you've just given your strat away, Ed.
Oh,
What a mine!
cheeky.
Was
On
that
the
a
cover.
3-man mine?
No,
Never.
Two. I think it was a 3-man Gren going into it.
Oh, and that conscript's already dead. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I
What
got
a mind can do
confused
to our
there.
brains. But Refero is the god of the triple cap, it seems, this series. He's back at it again. Finndeed needs to get a move on here. At least get 1 VP back in control.
That's right, Ace Hero. The loser of this series will be watching GCS3 as a mere spectator live in person. They will not be playing. There's a lot at stake. This game is all. That's why it's so tense and so slow paced so far. Tripwire flare goes off there.
It's almost like the deciding game goes back to the first game, doesn't it, in terms of nerves and
Yes, exactly.
people opening a bit cagey again. We have seen a very fast 2-2 though from Finndeed. I did suspect this pick. This is gone from Refero now. 50% faster it came out, just so you did. Imagine that with child control.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Oh, that was a big shot. There you go. Can he find another? No, he's going to be fine. 2-2 backs away and gets away. God's under suppression right now, but the damage in terms of map control is being done by Refero. A double fuel point for the 3rd time in a row about to come under his control in 3 games.
MG42 saved the day there as well, low key for Finndeed map, because that conscript, if they got the snare off, that was a dead 2-2. The second 2-2 was in the build. We were about to dream, but it got cancelled from Finndeed. That would have been hella base to do.
1 more bullet required on those cons, but they get away just in time. Refero keeping the pressure up with these 3 conscripts, 1 guard, 2 combat engineer builds, and he's now building some mines of his own. He's got a nice U-shaped barbed wire there, keeping keeping him from capping the fuel back for Finndeed.
Gets to play SimCity and Co2 at the same time. Rifle Nade takes out just one conscript. Pretty harsh stuff here, but
Enemy forces
all
are
is fair in
securing our
warfare.
territory.
Right then, more mines coming down, more mines coming down. Meanwhile, he has 245 fuel. Refero choosing mines over meta there. He's not going to go for an early tank as soon as possible, or an early M5 quad mount as soon as possible. He's going for mines instead. Because
I think he's just swimming in oil at the moment. It's proper Gazprom gaming from Refero. And he can go straight for T-34s or KV-1 here.
The squad of
get
pioneers
Refero
has
embargo
arrived.
dead.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
No sanctions here, luckily. But yeah, 4, 5, no! Do I see 5 grands in the top right corner? Or
One, ha ha ha. 2, etc. 3, 4, and the 5th one just emanates. But meanwhile, the 2-2's in peril. The Ziskun's tracking him surely for an attack ground, but doesn't get it off. Meanwhile, the Grens are forced away. Finndeed is making up for inferior micro mechanics. I'm just going to say he does. Versus Refero, especially in the early game, with an extra grenadier at Seed. This is like, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not quite as good as you. Going to have an extra one. Is that okay?
I don't think you put so much emphasis on micro, but where was the micro in the end game?
It wasn't,
for
because
Refero?
Refero wasn't able to make it matter. He is not as good at micromanagement as Refero is Finndeed. Refero has a little bit of an advantage, especially in the early game.
Yeah, but
the
what I'm
longer
saying is
Co2
micro gets nullified over
Mate,
time.
Love
and
Nest has like 40
decisions
APM
are
and
the
he's a
best.
double world champion.
Yeah,
Micro
yeah.
doesn't matter sometimes.
Meanwhile, Hans is changing
anti-tank
mouse
gun
in
has
between
arrived.
every best of 3.
Yeah, like Alpinans is like 100 APM and he hasn't won a
Gigafast
tournament since
clicking.
2016. It's not everything, but it does matter and it is important to the game. But if you can outlast somebody, you can get some strategical wins over them, just like Love Nest does. The scary thing about Isildur when he's in his prime is he's like Love Nest with amazing APM. So that's why he's been so unbeatable.
Yeah, how the Co2 landscape has evolved over time, folks. But here we go. Refero now surely at a decision point. What tank to put out for your first one? Gotta make that sense.
Oh, what's going on with these guys now? They're double building mechanized armor company. Oh wow, here we go.
Could have enough fuel in a minute.
For a KV1.
KV, yep.
Exciting, Ed.
I remember GCS1, Ron Ivan just trolling into the base with 2 KV1s. They were like unkillable back
Sorry to interrupt, Ed, but the guard's just eaten a rifle nade and he's been gunned down by 7 Car 98Ks, but green cover to the rescue, even on retreat.
then. He didn't follow up with the chase. He believed in the stopping. Still, I think you run alongside and just hope for a lucky snipe there, but it is what it is. Didn't get the wipe. But Finndeed with 5 Grens, suddenly triple cap for him, Matt. If it works, it works.
Somebody just asked, is Isildur playing in this tournament? No, this tournament is a live tournament eventually. In 4 or 5 weeks' time, we're heading to Denmark, and the 4 final competitors will be competing live. And Isildur, he didn't want any of that socialization. Sorry, any of that competition. He didn't want to face Ed 80 Hertz in combat, basically. Not many people do. He's too good.
Been perfecting the old body slam
My God, please no.
on the top turnbuckle. The 2-2 still alive. That one just pops. Just gonna help with that Yukon ability. Yeah, looking pretty sharpish for Finndeed. Granted, the tanks haven't come out a popping yet. It's going to be a T-34, but with 5 Grens and a pack gun, he looks sitting pretty. Finndeed does.
Somebody just said, is Nagano coming? I'll tell you what, if he can turn up for GCS3, he can play. He has to smuggle himself past 2 international borders. So, it's up to him. I'm not stopping him.
Fight the gauntlet.
Meanwhile, T-34-76
Our industry
emerges.
support us.
Ooh, doesn't go for the double Faust. I mean, he had the munitions for the one. Good move there from Finndeed. Nice early retreats. Keeps them Grens alive. And that's what we saw was the downfall, really, of Refero, wasn't it, last game? Just kept losing Gren after Gren to the 234's fire rate.
That's so true. It was the Gren attrition that pretty much cost Refero game 2 and meant we're now in game 3. Now, we have to ask ourselves a question. Is Finndeed's preservation better than Refero's? Can he make 5 Grens work?
How about T34 first, though? Doesn't really slap down your authority, does it, of what the early game should have?
I'm really disappointed in this. KV1 is a big slapper downer of authority at times.
Against only one pack filter, you can just beeline for it. It doesn't matter if you get snared, just sit on top of the pack
Enemy
filter until it
forces are
dies.
securing our
So
territory.
yeah, pretty risk-averse choice there from Refero, I'd say.
CoH's in the factory as the Pioneers push in. Meanwhile, in the
Enemy
centre,
is taking our
the
territory.
machine gun's forced away by the Zis barrage.
Good fanning out though from Refero across all of these games. Mike has made sure he's present past the back. As you see, T34 wants to crush everything in his way. Walls or grenadiers, does not care.
Molotov on this run down here as the packs tracking the T-34, keeping it at bay. Refero's excellent macro is coming in now. He's able to keep controlling the map.
Yeah, you just think you've got him pinned down and suddenly he just squirms out every direction from his base. Not predictable routes with his troops, so good stuff.
By the way, I can confirm, of course, that Refero had VP leading position with his win having higher victory points. So he chose Soviets for game 3, and you can't blame him because Soviets have won both games of this series so far.
This is Wehrmacht got off to such a lead in game 2 though. I was impressed with that from Refero, but yeah, his mid to late game it just showed like passiveness doesn't always win you games at the top.
No.
Being risk averse, it's not a guarantee.
Right then, look at the armies of Finndeed. That extra Gren counts for a lot of pop cap apparently. 61 versus 54. Let's quickly check the stats and reveal the KD being pretty high for a game that's only 16 minutes in. Not a bad kill tally there, 60 for the Finn.
Just one offer, yeah. Finndeed doing really well in the part. It's only one part of the equation. The pack gun opens up on sandbags. I wonder how many sandbags have been killed since the target model being buffed on it.
20,000 sandbags used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
It's almost like
Oh my god, I can't believe Finndeed's done this. We've got a Panzer IV utilised in a top level company of heroes for the first time this game.
P4 though against a standard T-34, happy days, but not when it's backed up by the big pigeon-chested KV-1. So tough times inbound for Finndeed, but he is nearing enough manpower for a second pack forward, so he's got that going for him.
Destroying all the green cover, destroying everything he can. The Panzer IV is ready for war. Never thought I'd ever have this FPS whilst casting company heroes head. I used to cast like ESL back in the day on like, I'm not kidding you, 18 FPS, yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how technology evolved to
That was
cope with
one
this.
thing I realised when I first got it. The game was really good, really sharp. I must have it.
It's the RAM,
settings.
mate. I got DDR4 RAM, I got 32 gigabytes of it, and it means code never chokes anymore.
Okay.
Because the actual processing is 3 gigabytes only of RAM, but so it has to be really fast RAM, I guess, and it's single core only. So it doesn't matter if you have a million AMD cores.
Right.
It's one core.
It's a flatline speed on
Yeah,
one
yeah,
core,
it's single threaded, and it's all based on your speed of transfer. So if you get really fast RAM, you're golden.
So i7 hyper threading, not too much.
No,
for
no,
T
exactly.
gaming, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
Ah, here he is, big Klimmeister. Klimmy Crush! And then reverse, amazing. Not many people know this, but the transmission in the KV-1 was made of liquid metal. So it could, like, take all 45 tons forward and then immediately backwards. Incredible stuff.
Superman didn't know what he was missing, but here it goes. rubber bands of doom, folks. Con's finally pushed off in the north. Good stuff from Finndeed and his AT gun there. And yeah, he just seems to have got his positioning back together here. Like Grenadiers pushing up in front. AT gun behind this time. None of those mares that we saw in game 1.
Oh! KV1 annihilates a Gren on retreat there, dropping an LMG. Now he's going for the bunker. Refero's not just back, he's on the attack. And we've also got a T-34 going in for the 222. He's trying to repair it. He's got the pack. Trying to defend it. It gets taken out, of course. There's no Faust on the retreat path. Just when we thought this game was even. Refero roars into action and gets some big wins there.
Yeah, KV getting a huge wipe. So that's the 5th Gren down. The spare Gren is dead. Someone could pick up the LMG, though, of the remaining squads if he finds it in the bushwork. Yeah. But yeah, Refero kicking into gear there. Good base push. Not many mines down from Finndeed. You'd like to think that he'd have some tellers around his base or that connecting middle area.
This barrage, this pack is heading into it right now. Panzer IV was not in the picture right then when all hell was breaking loose and he lost 2 units. We do have a very interesting commander chosen. It's Spearhead Doctrine. He's got a lot of fuel. He's at battle phase 1 right now, so right now it's 35 plus 230. That's 265 fuel needed for the Tiger. He's roughly halfway there right now.
This P4, lonesome P4 against a couple of tanks, and one of them ain't so medium-sized. Refero just swimming in fuel as well still. This looks rough for Finndeed, but he does have the mighty Tiger in his doctrine that as a late game trump card if he needs it.
Alright, see what that LMG not picked up. KV's getting aggressive, he's going in. One pack does get a shot off, but he needs to be protected. We do have an LMG Grenadier protecting him. The KV1 is Von Ivaning these packs right now. He's got a T-34-76 coming up the rear side. We've got another one building. The packs need to survive. Finndeed's survival depends on it, or he's heading out of GCS at this early round 1 stage. KV1, oh, one pack is down. Where's the Panzer IV when you need it? You coward, Panzer IV. You coward, what are you doing?
Yeah, and this is what I feared, just the KV1 getting on top of the guns. There were 2 of them, but they were Siamese twins joined at the hip, and that's no way to beat Refero's armor.
Oh no, here comes an aisle. Strafing run on these targets, gunning them all down. Oh, weapons destroyed as well.
Killing you.
That cowardly Panzer IV is now fighting from the base sector. He's finally been pulled out of pencil duty.
Oh, we do have the ultimate clutch MLG comeback mobile coming in for Finndeed though, Matt.
Oh, the Stug will save us. The Panzer IV was rubbish. Here it comes. The Stug is here. The assault gun turned tank destroyer in World War II. Got more combat kills than any other German vehicle. And what is he doing?
I don't think Michael's on.
Michael Wittmann's not
Yeah,
on
I don't
board
think
this
he's
one,
in the old Stugger there. Weird path, but nice flank actually.
This
Can he
could
get
be
the shot?
amazing. Let's get on board. Stug ace finding the KV1. He needs one more shot. Is he still alive? Let's look at the health bars. He misses. He bounces. And he bounces a shot himself. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV's going in. Panzer IV bounces as well. The KV1 is too powerful. Come on, Stug. You can get it. One more shot needed. Ziskun's going to return fire. KV1 gets it. Finndeed's out of the tournament. What a way to go out. And let's just get a shot of that for the YouTube thumbnail. It's the best one I've ever had. I can take any angle I need. That's badass.
Great stuff. GG's.
GG's indeed, lads. Well played. Let's get rid of that machine gun noise. And just congratulate Finndeed on a cracking go of things today. He played his heart out, especially in Game 2. And he had a cracking shout, so we'll all be able to share a beer with him in Denmark in a couple of weeks' time. He's there in chat. He's saying, this time I play passive. Was that passive? Because at the end it certainly wasn't.
He passively lost all his units in his base, but great push there from Refero. The fearsome KV1 did kick into axe, and he used it perfectly there. Absolute spearheaded the attack. And yeah, Finndeed was sitting pretty. Looked like he'd controlled game 3, got back into the grips of things, but too little too late. Great game from both players. And game 2 was an absolute doozy, wasn't it, Matt?
Oh,
I think everyone loved that one.
It was a
And
cracker.
yeah, some epic best of 3 gaming there, folks. And, you know, both of them deserve to get through, but Refero, there he goes into the quarterfinal brackets. So he'll be meeting me there in 2 weeks' time, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well put it there now. Let's just do it now, shall we? Makes sense.
The only
I
time
think.
you'll ever see it, folks. But yeah, great game from both players. Spirited to the end. And yeah, Finndeed I thought was up there with Refero, and game 2 did show that, but yeah, maybe the change of map didn't really read Nexus as well. But yeah, cracking stuff. Well played to both of them, and congrats to Refero.
GG, well played, everybody. Well, we were just saying what a cast to end on that was. It was that is indeed it for today, Ragnar, and what a good day it's been.
Yeah, we've got the boxing to look forward to tonight here in the UK, and some brilliant Co2 action there during the daytime. So all on for a winner this weekend. And next weekend, I best get some practice in, Matt, but who knows? Some CrossFit training of Dota and Battle Brothers would help me against Loveness. I don't know. We'll see. But for one thing, I will go down swinging if I do go down.
Alpern has been watching something else. What's